Welcome to the 2.5 Hippies pod. This is Alex. He's a Alex. Full hippie. I'm the half hippie. There's another hippie somewhere, but who knows where he is right now. So welcome to the pod. It's good to be here.
2 in 1 week.
2 in 1 week. I know. Wow. It's just exciting stuff.
That's grinding, man. We're grinding here.
Yeah, we're putting in the work for all of our fans out there.
Yeah. What? Like my mom?
Oh, your mom watches?
She does.
Oh, my mom doesn't.
Yeah, my mom. Well, she doesn't watch the pod. She watches my shorts on TikTok.
Right on.
She might watch mine because we kind of vape in the camera, so she might not.
You do?
Know. Jack does.
Oh, Jack does?
Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yeah.
So one thing we want to talk about. First off, before we start, I want to bring up the Billboard Hot 100 right now. I want to give you the top 10 songs as of June 13th. By the way, it's Friday the 13th today.
I know.
Do you believe
That's why I decided not to go out.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
That was the main reason.
Luckily, nothing. You got knock on. That's fake wood, but you got to knock on wood. So I want to give you the top 10 songs in the country right now. According to Billboard, because I don't use Spotify. When I was a kid, I used Apple iTunes Store. iTunes Store has always displayed the top 10 like most popular songs.
Yeah,
they actually did like the top 100 most popular songs, and I discovered a lot of the songs. You have it up. So I'm gonna number 10 is Nokia by Drake.
Hey, still up there.
Number 9 is Beautiful Things by Benson Boone.
Okay.
Number 8 is Lose Control by Teddy Swims.
I would have to hear that one again.
I lose control.
Oh, I definitely know that one.
Yeah, I think we've had this same conversation when I said that song, and you're like, and then I played it for you, like, I definitely heard it.
Yeah.
Number 7 is Die With a Smile with Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Just to me, that's one of the songs that just fill the airwaves. It's a fine song. Number 6, surprisingly, a bar song
by
Shabuzi.
I was very pleasantly surprised.
It is June 2025.
I literally listened to that on the way here.
I mean, I listened to that at some point this week. That song is awesome.
Yeah, it's like, was it you who said Shabuzi a one-hit wonder? Or maybe I just thought.
I talked about it. I
like the one song, but it's the only song he has.
Did you check out his other stuff?
Well, I had saved, I don't know how long ago, but it was a while ago, and I just came across it today, and I was like, oh, I saved this song already, and I listened to it again, and it's Amen with Jelly Roll. Mm-hmm. Good song, really good song.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One thing I've been wanting to do, and I think we should start doing this more, is we should start doing album reviews. I know you guys aren't album listeners, but I've been trying to get into more albums. That's one of the albums I want to listen to is the Shabuzi album. I think we should do a review.
I'm down.
I haven't heard it yet. I only know Bar Song. But I will listen to that whole album out because I'm getting into country as well. And we're going to, again, in a moment, I'm actually going to finish this top 10 real quick before I talk about that. Number 5, I'm the Problem, Morgan Wallen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Number 4, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA.
Yeah.
Number 3, more Morgan Wallen, Just In Case.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, What I Want, Morgan Wallen featuring Tate McRae. Oh, Tate McRae?
Yeah.
Anyway, that is my contention for the worst song of the year.
Really?
That song is terrible.
I need to listen to it again.
It's like a trap beat country song.
I remember not hating it, but I definitely wasn't this
Morgan, when he does more traditional country, he sounds good. When he tries to add the hip hop behind it, it's phony. It sounds phony.
I get what you're saying.
Stay in your lane.
It does make it sound a little cheaper.
Only Kid Rock goes country and rap, not you, okay?
Well, and he's not even going country rap. He's just throwing a trap beat on his songs.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of pop music.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's just that's why I don't really like that type of music. It's what's popular, sure. Same thing. I don't
hate it if it's done well.
Like I don't like autotune.
But if it's done well,
if it's done well, you kind of have to adapt to it because it's kind of like the industry standard. Number 1 song, and I showed you the song before, "Ordinary" by Alex Warren. That's might be like the 5th or 6th worst song of the year. Bland ass.
It sounds bland. It sounds like an AI song.
That's exactly what
it sounds like an AI song.
It sounds like,
it's like AI. make a song that would appeal to literally every generation.
Appeal to car commercials, just great background music that you can have at a grocery store, in your mom's car.
A song that sounds like did this song come out yesterday, or has this song been around for 30 years?
And, maybe give it 10, 15 years. Looking back, nostalgia is a sickness. It's a disease. And maybe we'll look back at that song fondly. And it might be the song of the summer. I think I'm going to say it right now. Unless we just have some big song coming out in the next month or two, that looks like my song of the summer.
17 weeks on the chart.
Impressive.
Really? Let's see. Luther, 28. A bar song, 60 weeks.
Yep.
Lose Control, 94.
Let's go through this whole Hot 100. Tell me what songs stick out to you in the charts. I'm showing you number 20 sticks out to me.
Oh. 60? But no, that's not 94. Lose Control.
Who did 94?
Teddy Swims, Lose Control. Interesting.
Yeah, that song
right?
was a slow climb, though. That song definitely, it was a slow climb in the charts. So it started off low. So a lot of these other songs debuted top 10, top 15, and then kind of gradually don't.
Yeah.
That song kind of it entered pretty low and then just slowly gained momentum. And then it was the number one. It's the number one song of 2024, if I'm not mistaken, if you look at the year end. So that song,
but
such a mid-ass song. That's another one of those
Espresso?
No, Lose Control.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy Swims.
I don't hate it, actually.
It's just boring. I don't know.
I actually, from what I remember, it's actually way more interesting than, what's this guy's name? Benson Boone and Ordinary.
Yeah.
To me,
they're all the same group.
To me,
the same
out
type of music, bro.
Those, so the pop, just pop is Ordinary, Die With a Smile, Lose Control, and Beautiful Things.
Yeah, it's just that
honestly, Lose Control would probably be the one I would prefer out of all of those.
Nah, for me it's Die With a Smile because
I would have to listen to those two back to back to tell you for sure. But it would definitely be between those two. It's definitely not Benson Boone, and it's definitely not Ordinary. I can tell you that. But that to me, oh, you're right. That to me, the way more shocking than Espresso or interesting than Espresso is a bar song being 6 with the same amount of weeks. They came out the same week apparently, or they've been on the charts for the same amount of weeks. And Espresso's at 20. Espresso was the song of the summer.
That was the song of last year, and it's still in the top 40.
But so is a bar song, and it's number 6.
Yeah. Not like us, it got his ass
and
out
country
of
is, it's hard to say. Is country dominating the top 10?
No,
or
not
it's
country.
Just Morgan Wallen?
It's just Morgan Wallen.
And,
but Morgan Wallen can
kind of
carry.
One song with Shaboozey.
And he kind of carries the genre at this point from a pop perspective. Obviously,
yeah, absolutely.
He is viewed as the sellout, if I'm not mistaken. He's kind of seeing his success. His album was 31 songs. All songs were very easy listening. I mean, clearly he manipulated the streaming game with his album the same way Drake did with views. And that kind of was the industry standard for a long time, where you just release these albums, these bloated 25, 30 track albums. Hopefully a couple of them stick, and we'll see. And I think that's what Morgan Wallen did.
I like that. That's kind of the EDM approach, is just produce songs, constantly be releasing
and that's
singles. Your
appeal for Drake. That's what appeals to you for Drake, is that he's just so good at releasing so much music.
Yeah, I love it. And he, through doing that, you also tend to just have a wider audience, because you just have more songs that people can be like, oh, I love that one song.
And I think a lot of people are getting introduced to country right now through Morgan Wallen, including me and you, which I wanted to get a transition here. I want to talk about how we had this one visit at Buffalo Chip and just decided, you know what, we fucking like country now.
I like country.
I've been dipping my toes into country for a
too.
while. I like a song here or there.
I will say, you were talking about Morgan Wallen, easily listening, stuff like that, but with country, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like the easy sing along, have a good time, Country.
So you're not in the mood to like the outlaw, the saloon type. Like I'm out, like I'm trying to sing about the hard life of what it's like to live in this like middle America, the rural America.
Hard to say. Name a song that would be that. I don't know if I've come across that really much.
I mean, if you look at like guys like Merle Haggard or like Willie Nelson, it's a lot of like
yeah,
just
but
a
that's
dude with a
older
guitar.
stuff.
It is
what,
older
well,
stuff.
give me some newer
Chris
stuff.
Stapleton's a lot like that.
Okay.
Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, I haven't gone that deep yet.
Yeah, but yeah, the guys you're into are like. Well, I like
Morgan Wallen, Shaboozey.
I like Florida Georgia line, man.
Kane
like,
Brown.
Yeah, just
Florida
like
Georgia line. I need to check them out more.
Come on, baby, it was song.
No, I definitely know like their big
this
songs.
This is how I roll.
I need to do a little deep dive, see what I like out of it.
Yeah. And is country the only genre dominated by the conservatives?
Yeah,
I think so too.
What
other genre?
Rock right now.
I think rock has always been like a rebellious, anti-establishment approach.
Yeah, but who's the big rock people right now?
Who's the biggest rock band right now?
Yeah, like where's rock at right now? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna type into ChatGPT. Where is rock music? Okay, let's see what they say.
Is there any top 100 rock songs?
Who are the biggest rock bands in
Today.
the world
Today?
Because I'm thinking, for some reason, my head is going to Coldplay, but they've been around for like 30 years.
Is Coldplay a rock band?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's like
They're a pop band.
Yeah. Like, where's the Nirvanas? Where's the Red Hot Chili Peppers? So I'll give you a band that's actually legitimately popular. Sleep Token. Sleep Token's a metal band that kind of had this. They have a huge following. Lots like look at their like if you look them up, Sleep Token, they actually like are legit. So Sleep Token, but in the metal scene, they're big. But like I said,
they look hard.
But
hardcore.
Like I said, that's only in the metal scene. And pop music, they're non-existent.
Yeah,
and
I've never heard of them.
And I think they kind of like
are they like screamo? Like what kind of metal are they?
I mean, it's hard. I think it's like they implement some screamo. I don't think they're like extreme screamo. It only works on this one. What are you doing?
I'm listening to one of these songs.
Okay.
Gonna check them out. That's this. What's their biggest song?
So I know they're covered they covered Hey Ya by Outkast. That's the only song that I know of. I'm gonna play it right here. I'm gonna play their biggest song.
Oh, can you play it through here?
I can. So I'm gonna play. The song's called Emergence. We're gonna cut this out.
Yeah, I'll cut that. This is Emergence.
Mm-hmm. How many streams on Spotify? Oh, I'm just gonna look at YouTube.
Okay. Spotify says their number one song right now is Caramel, but most streamed is Emergence at 74, almost 75 million.
Like they have an audience, but we're our standards.
75 million is pretty good.
Yeah. What's their monthly listeners?
7 million.
It's
7.5
still a bit
million.
underground. I think if you're under 10 million, I think you're kind of a cult. You have a cult vibe. I don't know, what's your minimum where you're like, damn, they're mainstream? Mine's like 10 to 15. I did not expect this.
Yeah, where's the
I think it's coming up. This is real? It's like electronic. See, that's what I expect.
Interesting.
You know, I'm kind of intrigued by they were willing to. I heard like 3 different genres in one song. They went from like a piano song
Yeah,
to like an
kinda.
electronic song to just pure rock metal.
This
Like,
definitely isn't something I would listen to
Oh, me neither.
today.
well, I don't know. Maybe if I give them a chance, maybe they.
But I would be curious to listen to a couple more of their big songs.
Let me play one more.
Caramel. Play
I'm gonna
Caramel.
Caramel. It's caramel.
Caramel.
It's caramel, bro.
It's
It's caramel.
however you want to say
No,
it. I
it's-
say caramel.
I say it the
Some
right
people
way.
say
It's caramel.
The right way?
Yeah.
Based off of what?
Based off
When
my
you
own,
go to
my own,
France?
my own goddamn opinion. That's what.
Well, your opinions are wrong.
So I'm gonna throw out some bands right now. Imagine Dragons.
Are they still making music?
No. I'm just telling you that's the standard we're living at in our era of what a rock band is. I'll give this group like legitimate, but they're just like the most minimalist rock. I think they're interesting music, but like calling them rock is kind of offensive. It's Arctic Monkeys. It's hard to call them rock.
What you mean? It feels very
It's so indie.
thousands rock.
It's like indie. It's very if it's rock, it's like the most indiest alternative rock.
Yeah, it's almost alternative.
Yeah, it's great. I like it. Yeah, I like a lot of Arctic
It's
Monkeys.
really interesting, actually.
Greta Van Fleet. Have you heard of them?
No.
So they're known for being heavily influenced by Led Zeppelin, almost to the point that people call them copycats.
Oh.
They like sound like the voice singer, like the lead singer sounds exactly like the lead singer of like it's like identical, and then the guitar work is like he basically uses the same riffs. Like you get like put a song side to side, it's like they're basically so that's getting a lot of criticism. Meniskin, that's the one with the cover of I'm begging you. They did the rock
cover of it.
He did it. So you ever heard of like Eurovision?
Yeah.
They were a winner.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's how they became big, is through Eurovision.
Huh.
They're Italian.
Have you seen the Will Ferrell movie?
What, Night at the Roxbury? Which one?
I think it's called Eurovision, where they're like in that contest. It came out, I want to say, probably in the last 6 or 7 years.
I don't know.
I think it's called Eurovision.
I'm going to bring up a couple more bands. I have...
Yeah, it's called Eurovision. Oh, Eurovision Song Contest.
Wow, I've never seen that.
It's really funny, actually.
I gotta check it out. You know what? This isn't bad. I like this song, actually.
Yeah.
I should check him out.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. So, but if you want like real...
It doesn't... From the pictures I saw, that's not the vibe I was getting.
I was getting like extreme, like...
Heavy metal. Yeah.
Which, you know, I could take it or leave it. My metal goes as far as Metallica, which I do like Metallica.
So, okay, you know what album I listened to? So, you were talking about, listening to albums, stuff like that. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I decided to listen to Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd.
That's an interesting... When did you listen to it? Was this recently or a while
Yeah, over the last probably 2 days.
That's an interesting album. I'll tell you my favorite track from it, but I want to hear what your thoughts.
I mean, the big ones that everyone knows.
Big Gig in the Sky.
Yeah.
That's probably the most iconic song.
And like, I think not the first song, but the second song, because the first song is like not a song.
Breathe
really.
in the Air. Let me pull up the album. It's really
Breathe
hard.
in the Air. Yeah. Time, Money. The Great Big Gig in the Sky.
I have really hard time listening to this album without the lens of it constantly being known as the greatest album of all time.
Yeah, totally.
So just to take an album from what it is,
yeah, because
it's a little slow.
It's very slow. There's a lot of like interlude stuff that
and just like slow build up music.
Yeah, that I'm
it's
like,
prog
all right,
rock. This is progressive rock. Yeah.
Let's pick it up a little bit.
But when the Great Gig in the Sky gets to that vocal, it's like,
yeah.
Oh, Dude,
it hits.
That blows my that shit actually like that's one of the best things you'll ever hear in music.
Yeah.
So I love that. What else you got?
Here's a little clip of them live.
Is it Sleep Token?
Yeah.
Wow. But speaking of Dark Side of the Moon, my favorite track is the closing track, Eclipse.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
I think that song is like easily the best song in the album because I listened to that was like when I first, because I haven't heard this album in like I think I heard it recently, but when I was a kid, probably closer to high school, but like I basically like just looked up greatest albums of all time and I just downloaded all the greatest albums, and Dark Side of the Moon was always on that list. And I listened to it. I was in guitar class. That was also an album that I was introduced to. Money was the song that I listened to a lot also. But yeah, is it the greatest album in my opinion? No.
But I understand why people would put it up there.
Yep.
For me, so my grandpa was a huge Pink Floyd fan. Like this album, he would listen to like CDs and cassettes. So like this album would be in all the time. And well, not literally, but I heard this so many times just from like my grandpa dropping me off at school, picking me up whenever that happened, which was often. Anytime I was in the car with my grandpa, like I was listening to Pink Floyd, and like listening to this while like driving to work, driving home from work, just like put me back into the car with my grandpa, And
so you did grow up with this album?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just interesting. Like it's not music I can appreciate it, but it's not what I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not going to be listening to a bunch of Pink Floyd all of a sudden, but it was a nice little taste breaker, little memory. Music is one of the strongest memory pullers, and it was just really interesting to see that play out.
Yeah. So are you aware that Dark Side of the Moon is one of the, I mean, I'm sure you're aware, it's one of the most famous concept albums of all time.
Absolutely.
I kind of want to just go over the concept here because it is a little abstract. It's not the most clear-cut thing. It is, a lot of it's very open to interpretation. But I'm just kind of reading here. The overarching concept is the meditation on the pressures and challenges of modern life, especially in a capitalist, fast-paced society. That's a very common theme in a lot of Pink Floyd music. You could go to The Wall or like a lot of their other songs. It is a lot about isolation, anxiety, a lot about like mental illness and all that. So like even like it shows me that each song has like a theme. It's almost like, I don't know, it's so abstract. Like calling it a concept album, because I'm used to Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City is like a clear-cut, concise, beginning to end. There's a clear concept going on. Like that's a concept album. When people throw the term concept album around, it makes me not enjoy the album normally. I have to like listen to it and then to just understand the concept, because that's like another aspect of the album. And you're walking a very thin line when you do that. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. That's why it's kind of like hard. And like when an artist does a concept album, it's always considered like their magnum opus, or they're the crowning achievement. Oh, they're so much artsier than your average artist. But sometimes it's done like shit. Like Logic's Everybody. That's a terrible concept about a dude who made it. Well, first off, he made like some sort of convoluted story about like him talking to God and like, I don't know, recreating. I don't know what the story was. It was some bullshit. But basically what people took out of it was Logic's biracial.
Yeah.
And Logic did concept albums before. Like, I mean, the intro Incredible True Story was like an okay concept. Wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it worked. But yeah, Everybody was just, no, that one didn't work. I don't know off the top of my head what other concept albums would work and what don't, but yeah, that was just the one that stuck out.
Mm-hmm. Is Logic producing a show?
He might be. Why?
I
don't
think
know.
he is.
Logic is actually so his career arc is so fascinating. How familiar are you with Logic's career?
Fairly.
Fairly. Is he a joke or is he an artist to be taken seriously?
Neither.
So he's just there.
He's an artist. So I'm on his page right now. He's got 9.5 million
That's
listeners.
a lot lower than I thought. I thought he would have more. For someone who had like a really big hit song, like with 1-800, and he had a lot of commercial success.
Yeah, but
I was there
what's
for
his
the
most
mixtapes.
recent song?
So let me tell you Logic's career arc. So he signed to Def Jam, released his album Run, basically obeyed the contract. I think his last album was No Pressure, if you go back. And then, I don't know if you remember this, but he announced that he was quote unquote retiring.
Oh, he just released an album. Live and in color. Juicy J. With Juicy J.
I don't think that's a real album.
It's a Juicy J and
I'm
Logic
kind of showing
album.
you. So Logic, I think the reason why he did,
Oh man, he's been releasing music and
that's what I'm saying.
has not been on my radar whatsoever.
There's a reason for that. So Logic didn't get any Logic, he got out of his label, and then he's been releasing music just completely independently, basically having all the commercial freedom, not worrying about his. I think what he did was kind of amazing. He just kind of he said he retired, so he took all the pressure off him, like all the pressure, the fame. He basically got the whole public eye just away from him. He kind of laid low. He still had his fan base, and then he just continued making the music. And the music that he's making now is closer to the music he was releasing before he got big, that he was always making, which is just boom bap, just lyrical, just him just rapping over dope beats. That's always been Logic. I don't think he's a stellar rapper, but I think he's good enough. I like him, and I think he's a cool guy. I like him as a person. I see a lot of myself in him.
Yeah, I remember thinking Logic was cool until it just all was becoming like about him being black and then about like suicide and mental health.
Yeah, he wore shoes that were way too big. Okay, so the Logic's fault was that he thought he was. And this is going to be me kind of glazing a little bit. He thought he was Kendrick Lamar. He thought he was J. Cole. He thought he was Drake. Yeah. And he spent his whole career trying to be like others and doing things that are way out of his element. Like, bro, you can't sing like Drake. You can't produce like J. Cole. And you can't be as conceptual as Kendrick. You can't
rap like Kendrick.
No, not even rap. You can't be like the artsier, like
he can't
challenging.
Either. Both. He can't do
because
both.
I don't think he's a bad rapper. Honestly,
he can't spit like Kendrick, and he can't like create.
He's not like
a picture like.
I think he could rap. Like I don't want to disrespect his rapping skills because that's what carried him in the first place was his rapping, not his like artistic merit. Like, so yeah, Logic is like, and like he went out of his element, and then he actually did get famous, and I don't think he was supposed to get famous in my opinion. I thought he was supposed to be this like. Playing with it, but it did really well for him. I mean, he made a lot of money throughout that time. I think he talked about he made like 18 billion in a year or something like that, just based off touring and all.
Million?
Wow. Yeah, he got rich, bro. He got rich, and like obviously, he's someone that is not very thick-skinned. One thing that you could say about Drake, with all the scrutiny and all the criticism he's dealt with, he has pretty thick skin for dealing with his his haters.
And he's known as being kind of more of a sensitive rapper.
Yeah, but I think he's very good at
just pushing forward,
not really letting that bother him like that.
Yeah,
like it clearly bothers.
Yeah,
Logic. Like Logic, like would admit like he had to go to therapy. Like he clearly couldn't handle. The idea. He just like I think he had like this like fantasy where he became famous and everyone loves him and all that. He didn't know how to handle criticism.
Yeah, and with Drake, like. Did it seem like the beef really affected him that much?
Yeah, of course.
Really? Like him?
For long? I mean, he released an album. I mean, it had one hit song, but I'm used to Drake having like 5 hit songs.
But like him personally, like was Drake going to like therapy and stuff? And, like,
I don't know.
To his boys and like, man, this is so hard, man.
How
I can't
could he talk to his boys? His boys turned on him.
Well, the ones that he still has.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking into Drake's personal life. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he doesn't talk
Logic,
about
I was
it
actually
like Logic does.
I pay attention. Like Logic, I was like, I would consider myself a fan. I think I was someone. I was definitely following his career before he got big. I definitely laid it back after Everybody. I told you that's a shitty concept. That's a shitty album. Like
Everybody
yeah, that was the album with. So he
or
released
the song.
so he had his
oh.
mixtapes. Mixtapes were dope. He released Under Pressure. Under Pressure is a good album. It was just too derivative, meaning that it sounded too similar to Drake. It sounded too similar to J. Cole. It sounded too similar. Which if he's gonna borrow, he borrowed from the best. Good for him. But you know, you don't come off as very original, and it doesn't come off as, you know, that was his big criticism. I think it was
Play
executed.
this one.
It was executed fine. Is it the one with Marshmello?
Mm-hmm.
Every Day?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this song.
I
This
want
the
to
worst.
remember if it's good or not.
This might be the worst Logic song. This song is cringe.
Let's hear it.
This is sellout Logic right here.
That's Marshmallow for Shizzle. When did this come out? This came out 2018. God.
Logic from like 2017 to 2019, it was like the worst era. It was such a bad era.
He works hard, yo. Every day.
Yo, this album's real. It came out today.
Yeah, it's a real album. It came out today?
Yeah.
No way. We're just talking about him? That's crazy. Wait, really?
I've always wanted to talk about Logic. It's always been one of he's always had one of the most fascinating careers because like he just came off to me as a dude who just wanted to rap and be a big rapper. And he did. He's just someone who I think was way out of his element way too many times and thought he could do more than he actually did. And it just made him look a lot dumber it just made him look dumb. Like him trying to talk about like racial issues and it just makes you come off as a little ignorant.
Yeah.
Like stay in your elements, talk about what you're good at. And yeah, stay in your lane. Like he thought he was Kendrick. You're not Kendrick, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the clean version.
It's actually not that bad. It's just like the hook is kind of lame.
Oh, I think Logic from like he just came off as lame. Hip hop didn't take him seriously after the biracial shit. So that's why I think his move for like saying he retired and just released music independently and just only released music for his fans. I thought that was, and I think he's kind of rewriting his own story right now.
No, I respect it. I definitely respect at least like leaving the label and dropping music independently.
Because I don't understand why a lot of these artists do have labels if they already have a following, unless they don't want to do everything themselves.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
You know, I get that, but yeah, I mean, if you want agency, if you want security, yeah, full control of your money and your product, you have to be independent.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you also have to be like a genuinely good artist with a real fan base.
I don't think you need to be a good artist. You just need a fan base.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing. You need a fan base. If you have a
following, who gives a fuck about the quality of your music?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to be good enough to appeal to that many people.
No, it takes that. But like, I mean, we've seen it in the past. Like, shitty music appeals to massive people. Like,
yeah, but we've also talked. Like, I think it was the last pod we were talking about. Like, you know, even like the songs that we think suck, is like, I couldn't make that song.
That's true. I couldn't make that song either. Like that, it took that person made that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to respect it.
I like you for sure have at least enough talent to make a song that people like. That takes a talent.
Mm-hmm. Whether that song is good or not. So that's why I don't know, the idea of hating in music. Ironically, it's a love-hate relationship doing it, because sometimes if there's an artist I don't like, I do love talking shit about him.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's fun, but like,
it's fun.
At the same time, like, can you make music like him? Can you make music as good as that person?
No.
Like, can I make music as good as like that could appeal as many people as Nickelback? No. Like, that's why I have like, the older I get, the harder I spend time like trashing on music, and just more say that music isn't for me.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to put it. It's like, that music is not for me. You know, it's for a certain crowd, but it's not for me. I think that's our polite way of saying we hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. That's how I say it now because like even songs that I used to hate, like now I like.
What's an example of a song you hated back then that you like? Do you have one? Any on
Well,
the
the
top of your
first
head?
time I heard Miles on it, I was like, oh my god. But now I love it. Now I sing along.
So you'd say a lot of songs grow on you.
Put
Do you think
some
it's
miles
normal
on
for a song to grow on you, or you think it's more common for a song to hit instantly? Because I think it's way more common that a song grows on you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a tough time like liking new music unless the song like appeals to my like every like thing that I like right away, which
Yeah.
can happen. I don't think it happens often.
See, I don't know. I feel like it's when I listen to EDM, it's a lot easier to determine whether it's a good song or not. Usually I'll be able to tell off the first listen whether it's worth a keep or not.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not all the time, but I feel like pop, more vocal led music needs to grow on me a little more. Hip hop, I don't know. I feel like hip hop's another one where like I could usually tell pretty quick. I could usually tell within one listen whether I'm like, oh damn, this is a banger or not.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not every song. There's
No.
obviously songs, EDM songs that grow on me. There's
tell you,
obviously
the type of music that grew on me was the mumble rap. I think I think the more I look back and like, you know, with nostalgic goggles, it's, you know, it's
yeah.
fun. It's a fun music. You know, it's not high art. It's not the hip hop that I grew up listening to. It's not doesn't favor lyricism. It favors dope beats and catchiness and good vibes. And I think honestly, sometimes I need that, and sometimes everyone needs that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do listen to music more for the vibe.
Which
like,
you should.
That's
You're
what.
a DJ.
That's what. Yeah, but that's what's important to me. At least when I'm looking through my DJ lens, is like, what's the vibe? Is
Like,
the
do
vibe
you listen
right?
to a song? Like, do you listen to a song? You're like, oh, what's the artistic merit behind this song? Like, realistically, I mean, not. I don't think a lot
No,
of people
I
do.
listen to how good is the production, and what's the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the vocals I just kind of throw in as part of the production.
Yeah. Yeah, in a way.
In a way, yeah. Yeah, just depends on the song, obviously, but yeah, I mean, how good is the production? How good's the vibe? Does it make me dance?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think that's another thing I was thinking, especially while looking at country, is danceability is huge for me. 'Cause like when I'm listening to some of those older country songs that Jack was showing us, like I can appreciate that it's a good song. Even when I was listening to Pink Floyd, I can appreciate that it's a good song, but
I love
it
Eclipse.
doesn't
Yeah.
make me dance.
And let me ask
It's
you
very
this.
slow.
You know, it's
and-
ironic. You say it makes you dance, but do you actually dance? Do you actually like know how to dance?
No.
Yeah, but
but does
makes
it
you wanna
does it
dance?
get my body moving?
Okay,
is what
I
mean.
think that's yeah.
Does it?
Because I find
does
it
it
ironic,
make my
like,
body
you're not,
move?
like,
That's
in-
what I call
yeah.
dancing. Like
That's fair.
like you know.
Does it get me in the mood to like?
Does it make me like open up the dance floor and start doing a break dance? Like no, but I'm not that guy.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not like break dancing, but like I definitely am not like, yo, everybody come watch me dance right now. That's not happening.
Obviously, what I was saying was a bit of a joke. But
Yeah.
like, I am saying like you are like I'm the same way. I'm about dancing.
But
hate
I
dancing.
can move my hips.
Yeah, I can. I like not nodding my
Bob,
head,
I can
bobbing
bob
my
and
head.
weave, baby. Hey.
No, just going like that. Like I think that's the best dance. I mean, for a lot of hip hop, I think the best hip hop is like the ones that make you like just, oh shit. I think that's the best. Like I think it's bobbing your head. If you got a song that you could bob your head to, because not every song does like a piano band. You're not gonna bob your head.
No,
to.
I definitely like really appreciate those hip hop songs, and like that's also a vibe for hip hop. But I also like, I don't know, hip hop can also make you dance more.
Yeah, yeah. That's why they call it hip hop dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hip hop that you dance to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like that's some like you get your hips in it, twerk with your girl, like
That's what it's for.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's more than just bopping ahead.
Yeah, but there's also those type of hip hop fans that are about the it's actually with other genres who are about like the messages and like
Yeah.
you know using your platform to speak on the issues of today's society you know society and shit. And you know not every song has to be like that. And
No, I don't think it should either.
no, and
And honestly, like even with those message, like it has a message and all that. Like at the end of the day, is it gonna hit if it's not a good song? Like the song still has to be good for the message to even be relevant, right? Or am I wrong?
I think sometimes the song can be good, and if the message sucks, it could ruin the song.
Yeah, but I don't think there's ever like the song is not good, but the message is so good that it's considered a good song. Like it doesn't go the other. We're back. Sorry, just had some technical difficulties. We were talking about Logic, and his career, interesting career.
Who do you think Logic was most inspired by? And to me, it's not even close. I think he's one of the many copiers of Kanye West. I think he took the approach of I'm the everyman. I'm just like a normal guy who just wants to be relatable, not the gangster type. And I think the type of music he makes is similar to Kanye. And the reason why I say it sounds like Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick is because all three of them were in some way very influenced by Kanye. So it all kind of connects. They're all kind of like part of the Kanye lane. Kanye, what an interesting motherfucker. Do you still listen to Kanye?
As a whole, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I still listen to him every day. Do you think what he's saying warrants not listening to him? Because I agree with him. Okay, well, cut.
Gosh, we're not even drinking.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Does it merit? That's. I mean, you guys talked about it. Reed said it. I just watched that pod today, and freaking. You do have to kind of separate the art from the artist.
It's hard.
You
It's
know,
hard.
it's hard. I get it. And, you know, obviously I'm not bopping his newest release, but, you know, like the classics that everybody's still listening to. Yeah, of course I'm listening to
I'll give you an
them.
example. Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I think that album is a lot stronger when you know what was going on in Ariana's personal life with the death of Mac and her breaking off the marriage with I don't fucking know exactly. I don't keep up with that shit.
Yeah.
But I think
still
knowing
have
that
to keep
shit,
up with.
I think knowing that it does add a lot to the music. So I think it depends with separating the art from the artist. And I think we could like people like to cherry pick sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a bit of a double standard.
Totally.
And I think in many ways, when the art comes with the artist, I think that's what makes the art in some of the ways. Another example, how familiar are you with Fleetwood Mac?
I know him.
Know him? Okay, so their best album, Rumors, was recorded
While the main two were breaking up.
Main two were breaking up. Another two was divorcing, and another one was gonna divorce his wife. So three. There's two couples in the family,
And they were still
making music.
Yeah.
So I'm watching.
Crazy.
I'm currently watching the show Daisy Jones and the Six, which is
Never heard of
it's
it.
on Amazon Prime, and it's basically it's the Fleetwood Mac story. So every character is fictional, but they're kind of like telling. It's loosely based. It's not like but it's like the idea of there's this co-ed band that got big. There's a
they were dating.
they were dating, and then it affected their music, and it got all like they broke up, and then they just hate each other. So yeah, I think, but Rumors I thought was carried by the emotions. I think some of their best songwriting came from what was going on at the time, which. Is the best art come from suffering? I don't know. Like it's hard to say. That's why separating the art from the artist and like how
that Bon Iver
Bon Iver
story where he like
interesting story.
That's so true. Interesting.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, like and Post Malone too. Didn't he have like a whole album or a song that was like about his ex? And because I remember seeing stuff like, who broke this man?
I mean, artists talking about breakups is nothing new, and that's like.
But that's some of the best.
Like some
music.
of the raw,
Yeah,
emotion,
it's
like
raw.
Music about loneliness, music about like depression, all that. Like
well,
that's
it's just
raw.
because like you're
so
genuinely experiencing it, so it's like the most real form.
I think
of
separating the
expression.
art from the artist takes away the authenticity of the music.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how relevant it is to the music.
And I think
does that make sense? It depends on how relevant it is to the music.
Because authenticity is not always the artist's strength. Sometimes some artists work best when they're just like this. They just make music that people like, and not really invoke their own personal touch to it.
Yeah, like I feel like people like artists cheating is like has no effect on their music because it's just like kind of irrelevant to their music, but like them going through a breakup and writing songs about it, then it, like the cheating, unless it's like they write music about how they felt,
like about Jay-Z and Beyonce's album. You ever familiar with this? So Jay-Z released what's the Beyonce
album?
released Lemonade.
Yeah, Lemonade.
That album was supposed to be like alluding to Jay-Z, having an affair with her, with quote unquote Becky with the good hair, which I don't know who they speculate that is. I don't really care.
Becky with the good hair.
Good hair.
Oh.
Good hair. You never. Oh, that's another album. I think we should make a list of albums. I think Beyonce's Lemonade it's like I don't care.
It's a good album.
It's a good album. Yeah. So she released Lemonade, and then
Surfboard,
a year later.
That's from that song, right?
No, Surfboard was the album before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was on the self-titled album.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's Lemonade, and then the year after, Jay-Z dropped 444, which I think might be his best album in my opinion. Like his beginning to end, just he went back to the basics. He just went back to what he was good at, was just rapping over these soul samples. Like, have you heard 444?
Yeah, that came out like when we were in high school.
No, like
college.
It came out literally like the summer between high school and college.
Yeah,
I specifically
remember it
because when that album came out, it was like a shocker because Jay-Z was kind of
I remember
Jay-Z was on
released something.
Yeah, we both grew up with Jay-Z. Like he was on.
Yeah, see, but besides like the massive Billboard Jay-Z songs, I didn't really listen to Jay-Z. Okay.
I love Jay-Z.
Besides the album with Kanye.
Oh, Watch the Throne. Great album.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z, I always felt like from a rapper's perspective, because he is considered the quote unquote one of the greatest rappers ever.
Uh-huh.
And he's like easily, in my opinion, one of the biggest sellouts in hip hop. He definitely watered down his music just so he could go for a mass appeal. He's the businessman. He's going to do that.
Yeah, but tell me what you think of this. Because, like I said, I haven't really done too much of a full discography dive on Jay-Z. But how much of it is carried by genuinely, like, him as a rapper? And how much of it is carried by just his presence and...
That's a good question. So
like every rapper looks up at him just as a whole, not necessarily just his raw rap and music talent.
So with Jay-Z, when he came up, he was in that same vein as the Biggies. That like he actually was like in the Greek grind, selling dope and like trying to like get in the recruiters. Like so he was like went through that grind and like. You just got, I mean, I can't really explain it, but just like his rhyme style and in his first album, Reasonable Doubt, which came out in 1996. He is so like talented, the skill was undeniable. Like this dude can rap, he's charismatic, he's got bravado, he's got like energy. Like, let me just play you. I'm just gonna play you some of this song. Let me play you Reasonable Doubt.
An older one.
Yeah, I'm gonna play you from Reasonable Doubt, because Reasonable Doubt is the album where he was like, it's kind of hard because like it wasn't his commercial peak, but it was his like I thought creatively he was at his best. So it's 90s hip hop. Like his rapping is complex. It's like it's hard. Like he's like doing like different rhyme schemes. Like he's very talented and technically proficient with his rapping. So that was like his first album, and then once he got into like that's it's a hard not like that was kind of like the turning point where he did kind of taste the mainstream success, and then he dumbed down his lyrics and he favored good production. And he debatedly dumbed down his lyrics. He definitely wasn't as lyrical as his first album, but like Blueprint, I think he has a song called Renegade. I think he has a lot of lyricism on that album. Black Album, I thought he was very good, but I think it's always when you compare it to another person. He was always compared to Nas, and Nas was always the better rapper than him.
Yeah.
He just always had the commercial success. Sound familiar?
Yep.
So that's why Jay-Z doesn't really get as respected for his rapping, but I do think he's a great rapper.
Yeah.
I think he's more known for his celebrity, his business, the fact that he's married to Beyonce.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, that's why it was such a shock when 444 came out, because that was like very lyrical. His subject matter, he was responding to Beyonce saying like, I did cheat, I fucked up, I almost lost my family. And like he had like themes of like black excellence and trying to like secure his for his children, like make a secure future. So like the song Story of OJ was about like him investing in it started off with like black people always when they ever like cross over and become like successful, they start looking down at like the lower income black people and kind of think less of it, almost like kind of like a form of racism. And he's like, no, bro, like he basically said in the song like, no, you black. The reason why it's called Story of OJ is because OJ was known for doing that. Before he murdered, he was known, his reputation was, I'm the black man who became super successful and started hanging out with all these white people and start like discrediting my black and almost kind of like trying to like block it out of the way. But yeah, so that's why it was called Story of OJ.
See, that's interesting because I don't know if I see that much differently. Well, I would say probably any other race, but I only know the white perspective. I don't know if I really see that differently, just without obviously the blackness part. Like, definitely don't attribute it to like, oh, we're leaving our whiteness. But like, if a white person who grew up lower income like becomes a successful person, starts hanging out with a wealthy, affluent, elegant people, like they would for sure have like trying to hide the fact that they were come from like a lower income situation. There's
a certain
like
standard
family.
You have to live up to.
Yeah.
You want to live up to the standard.
Yeah, you don't want people to know necessarily like that is part of who you are.
So yeah, that was the song Story of OJ. That was one of the themes, and like, oh yeah, it's just such a beautifully made album. It was just done by one producer. He didn't like have a bunch of producers, and I think the best rappers are just one rapper, one producer. It's never like that nowadays. There's always pick out a different producer for every song. But yeah, this guy No ID. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's
I've heard of him.
Okay, yeah, No ID. Yeah, he produced for Kanye and all that. So he worked on that album, great album, and then they both released an album afterwards called Everything, Love Is Everything. They released a collab album. Have you heard that?
No ID and Jay-Z?
No, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Maybe. What's it called?
The Carters. It is called Everything Is Love. It's the one with ape shit, like like. The album
Oh,
is
it's released under the Carters.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So the album is hit and miss. But like I kind of like going back to like art, separating the art from the artist. I think going through that run and kind of witnessing that, I think knowing what was going on personally, I think it definitely enhanced the sound. So that was kind of like another example of how when you do take the personal life of the artist and incorporate it into their music, and it becomes more powerful. And I think a lot of the best music does come from that. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. And even with Kanye, like, looking at his music from, like, this dude is crazy, has a very different perspective on things, and, like, you know, like, his mental, what's going through his head, like, it seems like he puts it all out in his music.
And you know who's the biggest problem with all this? It's the media, and it's the people, and it's the people who want to still talk about this guy. As much as I love Kanye, I would love for him more to just be irrelevant and just kind of like be known as a legacy and stop being in the forefront of things. Because like, dude, you're giving TMZ ammo. You're giving the news ammo. You're giving Fox News ammo. You're giving everyone on social media ammo to just talk about you and say all these crazy things. And clearly you're not well. You have clearly openly admitted that you have bipolar disorder and you're mentally unwell. Like you're and people are still listening to him even though he has a mental illness, which blows my mind.
You know,
like,
I think he thinks it's a flex. Did you see the Pierce Morgan interview he did with Sneeko?
I haven't. I don't really pay attention to it.
You should watch it because he talks about like obviously Pierce Morgan is trying to ask him like about like the Hitler stuff and all this, and Kanye's literally like, you still listen to my songs at your weddings.
He said
you
that?
still bop all my music. Like you say all this stuff. You think I'm a horrible person, yet you still play my songs at your weddings. I know you do. I know you play
he's testing
Gold
people.
Digger.
For him, it's like a social experiment. I think
it does. I'm starting to get that vibe.
Because do you really think he's like out here trying to spread? I think he's just trying to piss people off.
No, yeah, you think I've heard him say, what did he say? And I was like, oh, I think I sent the clip to you, and I was like, yeah, I'm starting to think this is a social experiment. Like,
you have a point.
You know, he doesn't I don't know if he genuinely
someone like
is
me.
a Nazi.
Someone like me.
I think he saw what was going on with Trump. Obviously, he was supporting Trump, and everyone was like, "Oh, Trump's a Nazi. If you support him, you're supporting a Nazi, and you're a Nazi." All this Nazi, and he literally is just like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Nazi. All right, then I'm a Nazi." And he was talking about how he's done that with other things, and like it started to click, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is how he's gone through it. Like, oh, I'm this, well then that's what I'm gonna be. Oh, you call me this, well then I'm gonna be that." And like just to like,
because the fact that you're giving me recognition in the first place, you already played into my hands because you're giving me attention.
Yeah, that's how he sees it. Totally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I at least that's what
I honestly I agree with that.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm still not like going to support what he's doing. I still think it's wrong. I don't think that's the way you should go about things. But
I think I shouldn't judge it for what it is. I should analyze why. Why is Kanye doing this? Why is my hero doing this?
Well, yeah. Why is he doing it?
And I tell you, I come from an environment.
I think we need to give it time and like see how it fully plays out.
And I come from a mindset where I want to say what I can and see what I could get away with. And like grew up with South Park, with like all these like things that are like shock humor, but like shocking things. Like, oh, what can I say and get away with? And what I see when Kanye says he's a Nazi and saying slavery is a choice, I'm like, he's just saying what he can get away with. And the fact that you guys are giving him attention, that you're playing in their hands. When Eminem,
yeah, you're right.
When Eminem was like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna rape my own mom," or "I'm going to kill my girlfriend and bury her with my," Yeah, like he clearly is trying to piss people off,
Yeah.
and people will give it attention. People will spread it, and you're just
It
playing
just
right into
makes him more famous.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
totally.
the way you fight that, if you genuinely don't want to do it, ignore it. That's how you. That's how you get
Yeah,
it. Just
here's a
ignore
good
it.
question.
Just watch. Look.
Who
at the
doesn't know? Who's never heard of Kanye West?
other,
Who doesn't know who Kanye West is? Even if they hadn't heard his music before, or haven't even heard his music, have they heard of Kanye West? He was married to Kim Kardashian, and now he's always in the news for something. Does everybody know who Kanye West is?
At this point, yeah.
Is Kanye West one of the most famous people in the world?
I don't know outside America. Do you think he's famous outside America?
I
Like
have
that?
no idea.
Me neither. I don't think I really have a count for that. But his, if you look at his numbers, like his sales outside, I think he does pretty well. Like in Japan, he does well, and I think he does well in the Philippines and in Europe and all that. But I think he's more well known here. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's just like really big international superstar. Who knows? I mean, he probably. What am I saying? He is. But like, I think America sees him differently than the rest of the world. We kind of hold him to a higher standard because he definitely influenced a lot of our music, American music. A lot of the American music was dictated through the creative choices that Kanye has made throughout the past 2 decades.
Yeah, he seems to be very popular in Asia.
Yeah. Well, Asians like to be. I mean, Asians, the Asian community and the African American community work in unison. They like to take from each other. Historically, the African Americans love the anime, they love the kung fu, they love the culture, and then the same with the Asians. Asians want to be rappers. Asians want to be basketball players. They just don't have the coolness or the skill to be both. But yeah,
You said it, not me.
yeah. So that's absolutely no surprise that Kanye is a big hit in Asia. He's probably big all over. So yeah, Kanye is he the most famous? There's a lot of famous people, like most famous. Like I think the only people I think in regards to music, you got Beyonce is probably more famous than her. Taylor Swift is probably more famous than her. Believe it or not, I think Drake.
Even across the whole world.
Yes.
Drake, yeah. Drake is.
Hip hop is still a tiny bit alienating to a mass audience. I still think the reach of Beyonce is going to be wider than Kanye, just based off pure genre.
I just googled who is the most famous person in the world right now.
Is it Donald Trump?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's always soccer players,
because the whole world loves soccer.
Yeah, I it's like it's crazy. He's the most, but like me personally, I don't think I've ever watched him play.
But right next to it, it looks like the final 3 was Cristiano Ronaldo,
Messi,
Kylie Jenner,
okay.
and Beyonce.
Beyonce's
This was
number
for
3?
2024. Here's the top.
Well, Beyonce had an album, that's why.
This is MSN. Not going to that boomer site. AOL.com. Is that what is that?
You never heard of AOL.com? Did your mom?
No, I've heard of it, but is that you think that's a good?
I wouldn't trust it.
Let's see. Forbes Celebrity 100. Okay, let's see. Started at 99. Oh, it only goes to 2020.
Let me do a little bit of guessing.
Okay, I'll pull this up and you tell me if you can guess it all.
Let me give you a guessing game.
Okay. I got the Forbes Celebrity. Oh, it says Celebrity Billionaires 2025. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, okay. We've got search volume. That's interesting. Okay. Do you think that's a good determination?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Search. All right. I'm going top 10. Give me top 10 for 2025 in the past 30 days.
The most searched.
The most searched celebrities.
Donald John Trump.
That's number 1.
Elon Musk.
That is number 5.
I kind of shelter myself from the world, so I don't know who's.
I'll say almost a majority of the rest of the people are artists.
This is going to be a bit out there, but is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in that list?
No.
That shows that no one cares about basketball. If it was LeBron James in the finals, he would be in the top 10 trending.
Think so?
1,000%. LeBron's bigger than basketball.
Yeah, LeBron is 18.
Low. Any athletes?
Yeah.
Ronaldo?
Yeah. At 10.
Messi?
Nope, that's the only athlete.
Really? So, okay, and then let's go musicians. Beyonce?
Yeah. And number 8.
Taylor Swift?
Number 4.
Kanye West?
No, he is number 15.
He's the 15th most famous person.
Under Travis Scott at 13.
Okay. Is Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner is not. Let's see. Where does Kylie Jenner come up? Kim Kardashian's 27.
This is gonna be
Kylie Jenner's 30.
This might be a poll. How about Mr. Beast?
Nope.
What about Kai Cenat?
No streamers.
Are these old people?
They're mostly artists.
Mostly artists. Artists are okay.
You got
what about
one.
Sabrina
You got one non-artist that I don't think you'll pick, but once I tell you, you're gonna be like, oh,
Sabrina
that
Carpenter.
makes sense. Nope.
Jeff Bezos.
Nope.
Artists. Chappell Roan.
No.
What artists are big right now? God, do I not listen? Morgan Wallen.
No.
What?
I would think more all-time.
Michael Jackson?
Not that.
Oh, like, Brian Wilson.
Still relevant today.
You know the lead singer of Beach Boys died?
I didn't.
Yeah, rest in peace, Brian Wilson. Who musician all time? What genre?
Well, it's like all people who are releasing music today, top top artists right now.
Lady Gaga?
Yeah, number 2.
Oh yeah, number 2.
So you have Donald Trump 1, Lady Gaga 2, Taylor Swift 4, Elon Musk 5, Beyonce 8, and Cristiano Ronaldo 10. Number 3, number 6, 7, and 9.
Who would be the third most? I got Taylor Swift and Beyonce. What other artists am I missing? All time.
Think a little more multicultural.
Shakira?
No, but good track.
Bad Bunny.
Yep. Number 3.
He dropped an album recently.
Bad Bunny.
He dropped it. Are we doing another Latin artist? Is there another one?
No.
Country?
No. Next.
Kendrick Lamar?
No. Close.
Drake?
Yes. Number 7. I'm surprised you didn't think that.
Yeah.
Okay. One more really big artist that you've definitely talked about multiple times recently. And then somebody who's...
I talked about multiple times recently?
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever guess number 6.
What is his occupation?
Number 6?
Yeah.
He does the Lord's work.
Oh, it's the Pope Conclave. Oh, that's the GOAT, yeah.
Pope Leo,
yeah, Conclave. Okay. Honestly, I should have got that, yeah.
Yeah, see, it makes sense now that I say it, but you probably would have never guessed.
I talked about multiple times. Did he release music this year? Is it a man or woman?
It's a woman.
Ariana Grande?
No.
That would have been a good guess. Charlie XCX.
No,
Lord.
but
Chaperone.
Charlie XCX.
What about Charlie XCX? Billie Eilish.
Yep. Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also bi too, so it also adds to.
Yeah, and her early stuff wasn't that gay, but like Birds
She
of
had
a
a song.
Feather is kind of.
It's a good song. It's just. I mean, I'm not trying to be homophobic or anything, and this is not coming off as a homophobic phrase. It's just really gay. I mean, I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
bad. It's
Yeah,
some of the bad. We're actually
I
witnessing a
felt
renaissance.
uncomfortable playing Pink Pony Club the first time, but then I saw what the reaction it got, and I was like, oh,
That's a song I'm embarrassed to like, like because it's just really gay. Like it's really gay.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and even Brat, like I didn't want to be and I didn't love it. I wasn't obsessed with it. I thought it was good. I really liked that it had such a deep underground EDM production.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, and like for it to get so popular with such a niche style of EDM production, that's awesome. But I also am like, somebody we were friends with was like casting, oh, I love it, it's such a good album, let's listen to it, brat. I'm like, all right, bro, you're revving it a little too hard.
Who's saying that?
It's just a friend. But you're repping it a little too hard, dude.
I don't like that EDM. I was never a big Charlie fan to begin with, and the music doesn't appeal to me. I don't know that I always thought that album was just like, I don't.
I get it. Oh, I totally get it. And like I said, I think I really appreciate the fact that I still don't think the production is that great, but it's very interesting, so I respect it. It's very underground style, which that's what I think is cool about it. Like,
I don't really like Charlie as a singer.
I get that. I definitely like Brat more than Lady Gaga's new album. I definitely like Brat more than Taylor Swift's new album.
Maybe that's why I never listened to Lady Gaga like that.
I definitely like. I
like Beyonce.
Definitely like Brat more than anything Billie Eilish has released. I didn't really listen to that country Beyonce album. Is that her latest album?
You should.
I should. I definitely should.
I don't know if you're into soul, like.
But
it's like
I could totally still see myself preferring to listen to a Brat song than a country Beyonce song. I'll have to listen to it and get back to you. I've heard some of the songs.
I don't know.
Sure.
I never had so much respect for Beyonce as an artist more than when I listened to Cowboy Carter. I always thought she was just a pop star who can sing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I don't have respect, but like, what aligns more to what I enjoy.
Fair. Did you like Renaissance? You ever heard of that one?
Which one?
So Renaissance is the album that came out before, and
Before
that
Brat?
was just like I'm gonna break my soul. You're gonna break my soul.
Oh, Beyonce.
Like, heavy into the
Yeah,
the
I heard
house.
that. Yeah, I thought
what are your
it
thoughts
was.
on that? Because it's like a heavy house album. It's like paying homage to the.
I like that song that blew up.
A lot of it is very housey. That's why I think if you were gonna like an album by Beyonce, it would be because I like.
Yeah, but it was also like.
I mean, do we have to say it?
It
again?
does. It does give me. Yeah, it gives me Brat vibes, but like not as into where that culture is right now. Not as tapped into where that culture is right now.
It still has one
I
step
think
into like
Brat. It was way like so tapped into where the Brat community is, because now it's like Brat. That's the name of the community or whatever.
Really?
You know what
That's
I'm
what
saying?
they call it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but like that term is just so viral in the space that
I just call it like
they call everything Brat,
Yeah.
you know, and at least for a year they did. And it was way more tapped into the culture that it was trying to hit. Because I think this album was trying to hit that same culture. I think that was just way more tapped in.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just something I had to observe because I'm a pop music is like that's my thing. So like just seeing that it all, I don't know. I have to switch to different genres. I have to switch
Yeah,
to
but
something.
it's like
Where's the
gay
male
pop.
Where's
It's
the
girl pop.
Where's the male pop
It's
artist?
gay and gal pop.
Where's the male? Who's the biggest male pop artist right now?
Like
Morgan, like pure pop star, Bruno Mars type. And Bruno Mars,
Drake or Morgan.
the fact that we're calling those two pop because they're both Drake is technically in the hip hop community.
Although he makes pop songs.
Yeah, but his background's in hip hop, and
Yeah.
then Morgan Wallen's background's in country.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift, I wouldn't even call like a pure pop star because her background's country too.
Yeah, but she doesn't make country music.
Yeah. I'm talking about like Ed Sheeran was like his background's folk, but he was like the last Post Malone, I guess, was. Benson Boone, I guess we're gonna count him. I guess the male pop stars are the Alex Warrens, Benson Boones, Teddy Swims.
Yeah,
those
but they
guys.
still okay. Are you saying just like male in gender or male in like catering to men more?
I don't know. Like, where's the Justin Timberlakes? Where's the even Harry Styles? That's a boy band like that. Like, where's Harry Styles at? Like he was honestly the last pop male artist.
I mean,
they're
he's
just
still
not,
around.
I
He just
think
hasn't released.
They're
in a
just
little
dominated by I think.
Wow, Big X the Plug is at 18.
True. Yeah. Oh, actually, speaking of the Billboard, I want to do something with the Billboard. I want to draft from the current Billboard.
Okay.
Going from 100. No, I don't even know a lot. Or we can either do this or pick a random year. Like pick a random year. Like within the past
2007.
So look at 2007 year and charts. And then look at the Wikipedia page, and it's showing you the top 100 songs of that year. And we're going to draft from this list. This is when I started paying attention to the chart. Not here, like probably like, I'd say around here.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting.
This is so interesting.
What was music like in 2007?
It was Beyonce, Rihanna, Gwen Stefani, Fergie, T-Pain, Carrie Underwood, Plain White Tees,
Okay, I do
Nelly
have to,
Furtado,
Okay.
Akon.
I will say that it is pretty incredible that Beyonce 14 years ago was
Avril
topping the
Lavigne.
charts. That's kind of impressive.
Akon?
Like, Akon. You know Akon's a con. He tried to invest in a city.
Gym Class Heroes.
Which song is Gym Class Heroes?
Cupid's Chokehold.
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. That's that song. You got Timberlake. You got Timbaland was on
You
top
got
of
Nelly Furtado on here twice.
So this was the run where Timbaland for some reason
Timberland, yeah,
Timbaland.
went off.
If you look at his production, you'll recognize a lot of his songs. He produced Get Your Freak On. Get Your Freak On. He produced a lot for what was another big one he did? Get That Dirt Off My Shoulder. He did Sexy Back.
Oh, Beautiful Girl, Sean Kingston.
How about
It's on
I'm
here.
ballin', we go high, we fly, ballin'. Runaway Love. That's an interesting song because
Last Night Diddy.
there will always be Diddy on these charts. Dude, Diddy literally tainted so much of hip hop because his fingerprints are literally all over like some of the greatest hip hop artists of all time. And it's kind of weird looking back at a lot of the shit. Runaway Love is an interesting song because that song is about like Ludacris is like talking about a lot of female problems, like a girl going through abortion, talking about like a girl getting beat by her dad and a girl like all this like crazy shit. And it's like Ludacris, the Move Bitch guy, is doing that. Oh, The Way I Live by Baby Boy to Prince. That's such a throwback.
Okay, are we gonna do a draft of
Let's
these?
draft it, yeah. I'll let you go first. I mean, I'm just kind of like.
Oh,
scrolling
I'll
through
go first. Okay, I know exactly which one I'm gonna pick because I can't risk you taking it. Welcome to the Black Parade, My Chemical Romance.
No.
Yep. Yep.
That's a good one.
59.
That's a good
I
one.
knew I couldn't let that
I like
go.
that pick. All right, so
Oh,
that's at
One
59.
Republic was big in 2007.
Yeah, was it Stop and Stare?
It was Apologize.
Oh yeah, that song was everywhere at the time. My first overall pick is gonna be Rest in Peace, Amy Winehouse with Rehab.
Okay, let me look towards the bottom here.
I don't know if you're gonna recognize a lot of those bottom songs.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back up to the top.
I love this list. This is when this list reminded me when I first got my iPod.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm gonna go with The Way I Are.
That's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, and that's not even the one I intended to pick.
Well, if you're gonna pick that, I'm gonna pick my boys Daft Punk. Do you know they're on this list?
Really, where?
I'm just kidding. It's Stronger by Kanye West.
Oh, of course. I saw that and I knew you'd pick it. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna do.
You know what? There's a lot of songs I like on this list.
Yeah, it's
Come to
good.
think of it, I got a lot of banger.
Is that my number 3 pick?
Are you picking it?
Yep, I'm
That's the
picking The Sweet Escape, Gwen Stefani.
That was a number 3 song.
Number
in the
3.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look, First Class by Jack Harlow's on this list.
Yeah.
Crank That Soldier Boy. You, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
Smack That.
Smack
That.
That was my
Get on
first.
the
That was my
floor,
first
smack
song
that.
by.
Give me some more.
that was my first song by both Akon and Eminem. Eminem produced that track, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Smart, yeah. The more you know.
Cool.
I'm going to. Even R. Kelly's on this list. So both. You're telling me, Diddy and R. Kelly are both on this. So my pick is going to be "Waiting on the World to Change" by John Mayer. Got to give my guitarist love. I mean, I didn't like that. That was one of the songs that definitely grew on me. If you ever watched American Idol, there's a season with this guy named David Archuleta.
I didn't even realize that was John Mayer.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. He has a pretty recognizable voice. So
Yeah, but I've never specifically listened to John Mayer.
I think you should. He's pretty good.
I
actually listened to his first album recently. I think it's a pretty good album.
Okay.
I definitely. I mean, it's just easy listening. Very easy listening guitar. He's smooth. I don't know. It's soft rock. I don't know if you like your Hey There Delilah and your James Blunt, you'll like John Mayer.
Okay.
All right, you're on your fourth.
Okay, let's see. Is
Hey,
this
all I gotta say is, this is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why. This is why. This is why I'm hot. And then also, party like a rock. Party like a rock. Is this The Great Escape? Yeah. Oh, you're gonna pick that? That's like.
I had to make sure it was what I thought it was. I'm gonna pick The Great Escape, Boys Like Girls.
You're gonna choose that emo song?
Yeah. I just switch it up.
Yeah, I'll hit it back with another emo track. We're gonna go with "Thanks for the Memories" by Fall Out Boy.
Oh, good one. Okay, well
Number
then
5.
I'm gonna go with the one that I actually intended to pick at number 2. Gonna dip back into the Timbaland. Give It to Me.
It's a good one.
Gotta.
You know, they're both from the same. So that's another album we got to add to the shock value because that has all these
absolutely.
tracks. That's a good album, yeah. Because it also has
Absolutely.
Apologize and then Say It Right. No, not Say It Right. I forgot one.
No, but that came out the same year. Say It Right's also on here. I considered it at number 9.
Dude, it's crazy. These are some of the biggest songs. So honorable mentions.
Before He Cheats.
Buy You a Drink.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's
Before
country.
He
That's a country.
Cheats. That's a huge.
Drive your
Yeah. Hey There Delilah, Plain
Yeah.
White Tees.
Umbrella. Wait, no, okay. So I'm gonna pick my 5th pick. My 5th pick will be. Let me think. Dude, I don't know. There's so many to pick from.
Yeah, there's so many.
So many to pick from.
Beautiful girls.
That's not on this list. That's not. I'm torn between Makes Me Wonder and How to Save Your Life. I'm going to take How to Save Your Life by The Fray because I hate Maroon 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost threw that out there, but I was like, you know what? He might. Oh, you're right. I got the wrong beautiful
Yeah,
girls.
you're thinking of B.O.B. Which
Beautiful
B.O.B.
girl.
was my guy when he first came out.
Really?
I was a big B.O.B. fan. Yeah. Yeah, I loved B.O.B. So his album came out like February, March of 2012, Strange Clouds. I don't think I've listened. That was like one of the first albums where I listened to that from beginning to end, like constantly. Like I could not, like, it was like it was like one of the only albums I was listening to at that time. I love that album. Like I was like, oh, this is like my pinnacle of music. This is like the best. That was the same year that Good Kid, Mad City came out. So once I heard Good Kid, Mad City, it was weird because Good Kid, Mad City came out the same time as The Heist by Macklemore. So I was obsessed with that too.
That was a good album.
Good at the time. Good for what it was.
It was.
Will I listen to it now? No.
No, you know what's the
Can't Hold Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what do you think of that song today?
It's cringe.
You really?
Macklemore's whole existence is cringe.
I think in hindsight, where we are today, that's his best song. Easily his best song. Let's take a look.
Wings could be too over dramatic, but I do like Wings. Thrift Shop's annoying. Same Love is the even cringier. I mean, I like the deep cuts on that album. Like 10,000 Hours is a really good song. Starting Over is a really good song.
Did you ever listen to this album, The Unruly Mess I've Made?
I did. I listened to it once. I loved Downtown. You know that song?
Yeah.
Downtown. Cruising down the alley. Yeah.
Yo, that's a good one. Boy. Yeah. Oh,
It's interesting
I
because I
forgot
loved-
about that song. That's such a good song.
It's a song about him trying to buy a moped.
But
But I
it's
think
just
that's part
such
of the
a good
charm.
song.
It's kind of like a Thrift Shop where he is trying to be goofy. He's trying to be like that weirdo white boy, just goofy.
Yeah.
He's just having
I
fun
will
with
say
it.
I want to listen to this album again because I
Which one?
remember this Unruly Mess I've Made. I
Dude,
remember
that
listening
album's
to this in
trash,
high
dude.
school and
Dude,
like
that-
a
I did
lot.
too.
I would listen to it a lot
did
because
too.
I was like, wow, this is
Dude, the first
so
song.
deep and artsy.
I was the same way, bro. I was the same way, and then I don't know. This album kind of just, it wasn't my.
Wow.
cup of tea.
Okay. So
'Cause
you
there's
want to
an
hear
Anderson
some
.Paak
numbers?
song on this, right?
Yeah, there is.
That song's trash.
You want to hear some numbers? Some Macklemore and Ryan Lewis numbers.
Yeah,
Guess his biggest song.
it's Can't Hold Us.
Yeah.
And then number
Almost 2.9 billion listens.
2. Yeah.
Number 2, guess.
Thrift Shop.
Yep. 1.4 billion.
Still got plays. Even you gotta respect it. And then number 3, I'm gonna go with Same Love.
Nope. That's number 5.
Is it like Glorious?
That
Wings?
is not even on the top. Wings is number 6.
Downtown.
Number 4.
Downtown, I guess it was pretty big at the time, but that no one remembers that song.
Here's what I'll say.
probably the
This
only
is
one
interesting because number 4 and number 5 have more listens. Number 4 has over 100 million more listens. Number 6 or number 5 has 47
White
million
Walls.
more listens. Yep, White Walls. 301 million listens.
That was a big song.
Downtown,
that was another big thing
22
that
million.
the Heist did was that it had the Top Dog cosign. So they had like Absol was on the album. Schoolboy Q is on the album, and then
Yeah,
in
let's
the
see.
Collard Greens music video, you see a surprise appearance from Macklemore. This white guy with Kendrick and partying with Kendrick and Schoolboy Q in the music video.
Sick.
Wait, let me show you the music.
Yeah,
video.
I
It's
didn't know that.
hilarious. Well, you know, Drake is in the Baby Justin Bieber music video, right?
No, I didn't
He's
know
in
that
it.
either.
Wait, I'm gonna show you both.
I know he's in the Walk It Like I Talk It.
because he features in that song, but he's in the
You're
Justin
right, I
Bieber song.
forgot. Yeah, that's interesting.
Let me show you. What were we talking about?
Or
Music video.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Oh
is
yeah, Collard Greens.
in,
Oh, he's also he's not in that. He's in the Pursuit of Happiness music video and
really?
he's in both music videos. If I'm not mistaken.
Lil Yachty is in his Start from the Bottom, isn't it?
Really?
Isn't that the one where he's like
No,
working
he's like
at a
a
grocery
no. I
store
don't
or
think.
something?
No, he's like a grocery store guy and started from the bottom.
Yeah, Lil Yachty's in it.
All right. Look, it's Macklemore.
Oh,
You see it?
He's in there. That's so funny.
And then let me show you baby Justin Bieber.
Gimme some. Pick the freckles off your fife.
What's Schoolboy's best song? Is it?
Dude,
Is
I
it-
don't know. I used to love
Yeah.
Schoolboy Q. He was one of my favorite artists in high school.
Yeah, he was. Let me. He,
Oh,
they really.
whoa. Dun, dun.
Oh, look,
You literally popped right on him. He's
it's
like,
Drake.
go, little boy,
Drake's
go.
in the freaking baby music video. What the, dude? How did no one see this guy? He's like, dude, this dude's a pedophile, man. Come on. And then
God.
Pursuit.
But they were in the same space.
I know, but it's just Drake's in the baby music video. Like, what the fuck? How did Kendrick not mention that in any of his diss? Dude, you was in the baby music video.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And then I'll show you.
Everyone forgot. Hey,
He's just. Yeah.
Drake's just deep in the culture.
But this is like early
be
Drake, like way
fine.
before.
Back when everyone still liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where he didn't have the hate. I mean, he
Yeah.
had the sus. People were already like sus. I think people were already sus of him when he came in because he came from the Degrassi. So people were like, dude, you're a rapper, but you come from.
You're an
like,
actor,
Yeah, you're an actor
yeah.
and all that. But so what? That honestly doesn't matter. So is Childish Gambino. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Although Childish Gambino's rap career was very short. Although he was a very good rapper.
I think he was just. I don't think of him as like that's the only. Well, he's a Renaissance man, so he does everything.
He does.
So like the way I see it is like he just wasn't feeling creative in hip hop, so he just wanted to move on something where he felt that he was at his most creative.
Yeah.
And that might not even be music. It could be a screenplay. It could be a movie. It could be a TV show that you.
Yeah. Talk about an interesting career.
Oh, one of my greatest like people I admire more than anyone. He's up there with Kanye. Because his biggest influence music-wise is also Kanye West.
Of course.
Because yeah, he actually glazes Kanye, which is weird. Like we're hearing like, yeah.
Still to this day, he.
I don't know
glazes
about
him.
today, but like when he was like coming up with his first album, he would always talk about how Kanye was a big influence. And I want to play you this song that. Let's see if I have it. There's a song from his first album that gave me. It sounded familiar. And I think I'm the only one that ever point this out, but let me see it. Hold up. This time I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Wait,
I go for mine. I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Yeah,
I'ma
that's
be in the
absolutely.
TV,
It
mama.
even. It's got the little.
Even the production sounds exactly like it.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not hear Graduation in this? Dude.
Oh,
it's
now
like,
I'm hearing it differently.
okay, fair. But I when I hear that, I'm like,
Because
bro,
I thought I heard the where it goes like.
yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
know what
talking
you're
about?
talking
And it's like the
Yeah,
the vocal chop.
Yeah, that, I've always wanted if I ever had music editing skills to edit a remix of Good Life and that song. Um, never got down to it, but one of these days. You ever heard?
And I don't know if those vocals would be popular enough.
No, they aren't. It's too niche.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm the only one to ever point that out. Yeah. Well,
yeah, you probably are.
because I've never seen that anyway. I never even like look at the comments of the song. It's like, oh, this sounds like, but like that just shows me like, dude, this dude just wants to be Kanye, and in a way, he kind of is.
Did, but now his stuff is totally different.
Well, I don't think he's in the music anymore. I mean, if you haven't, the last album he made was, I mean, it kind of flopped in a way. I mean, no one really talked about it.
Which one was it?
It's called Bando Stone in the New World. It was supposed to be a tie-in for some movie that I don't even think exists. Like, I think it's a...
Is that different than the one that was This Is America?
This Is America was never on an album. That was always on a...
Well, didn't they make a movie off of it?
I don't think they ever
Yeah,
did.
Rihanna was in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's not a movie. That's called Guava Island.
Yeah,
That's a short film.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I don't think that song was in it. Summertime Magic was in that song. And there was actually...
No, This Is America was definitely in it.
If that's true, but there was also this other song called Saturday, which he never released, but he also performed on a Saturday Night Live. This song that he never released called Saturday, and it's probably my favorite. It's up there with my favorite Childish Gambino song. It just sounds like a Michael Jackson disco type.
Or maybe it wasn't in Guatemala, but they used like the same set for the music video.
I'm not sure. No, I'm showing you the song that like he never released,
Oh, Guava Island.
which is like just a funkier. Talk about a song that makes you want to dance. Like, come on.
It is on it. This Is America is in
Okay,
it.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing then.
I watched it.
But with that song, I don't know. Childish Gambino initially, I don't think he was just a rapper because he sang in a lot of his rapping too. So he always had the Drake
Yeah,
comparison
totally. Yeah.
with their singing rapping.
Even Kanye does that.
Yeah, but Kanye's not like come on.
He doesn't do it to the same
Kanye's
level.
not like us.
He's not a singer.
He's
yeah.
not a singer. He'll sing.
The Drake and Childish can't
Like
sing.
Eminem will sing. He's not a singer. But
Yeah.
for Childish Gambino, I think he had to have like a manager or someone in a circle tell him like, bro, like your rapping's fine, but you clearly have more artistic merit when you lean into singing. That's why he released an album like Awaken My Love with Redbone, which is my favorite. That's my favorite, like one of my favorite projects ever. Awaken My Love. He just went back to, and I think it was kind of like a celebration of just black music, because the music he was inspired by, he was like George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. It was like this kind of, it's a little obscure nowadays, which I don't think a lot of people are really familiar with that type of music anymore. But the reason why people are is because it was actually used in a lot of hip hop, specifically Dr. Dre with The Chronic. So I think there was kind of like this full circle thing where hip hop was heavily influenced by this sound, and then now this guy who was originally famous in hip hop starting to, bring him back and kind of like, now I'm gonna replicate the sound that hip hop took from. I don't know. It's just kind of, I felt like it was just a celebration of just the music that he was making, and I thought he did in such a tasteful manner. he clearly had the skill, the talent, the musicianship to back it up. And yeah, no, that's one of my favorite albums ever.
For sure. What'd you think of Kawhi?
I like it. I really like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good.
I used to not like it at the time because
Oh, really? At the time, I liked it.
I was
But
like,
I was like, a
where-
super Childish Gambino
same.
fan
I was
at
like,
the
where's the
time.
rapping, bro? I mean, he
Yeah.
rapped, but like it was like all like pop. But like looking back,
You're right. At first, I hated it, and then I
it was
appreciated
fresh off because the internet. Because I
Yeah.
liked because the internet, and I liked Camp.
I loved
so,
it. Yeah.
And if you ever heard of his mixtape Royalty, that's a deep cut. It's not on streaming services, but he released a mixtape called Royalty that I was into. But then he released Kawhi, and he also had another mixtape, like the Stone Mountain mixtape, which I think you have to find online. I don't think it's on streaming. But with the Kawhi mixtape, it was just 6 songs. Each song's great. Even the 3005 Picnic song, where it's just like just I don't know. I think it's just a gorgeous album. It just reminds me of just like being on a beach.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's such a vibe, like tropical. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just like out here, just enjoying like the vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, great. I think that's one of Childish Gambino's stronger projects.
Yeah, but definitely not recognized.
Sober.
Yeah, but like,
So,
yeah, you're
streams,
right.
How many streams does Sober have?
Does it say? 467 million.
You know what? That's a little low than my taste, but that's that's one of his biggest songs.
Let's
But
see.
songs like The Palisades, Rough is a great one.
Yeah, his most streamed song by far is Redbone at 1.8
you know, it's kind of like a cult.
billion.
A song that I think. Wait, let me guess. You know what I think is like a cult, kind of became big recently, was a song called Less. Is that on the list?
It's the top one.
Yeah, that song wasn't big at the time. Like I don't remember that being a standout, and then like
Yeah.
now it's like one of his most recognizable songs. I'm like, well, really?
Yeah, that's
Less?
interesting. Why is it?
I don't know. I think it's a TikTok song or something.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because
I'm
that's
not sure.
That's at 770 million. Heartbeat is number 2 at 672 million. Then you go after Redbone, it's 3005, almost a billion, 967.
What's number 1?
Less
Less is the most popular Childish Gambino song?
right now. Wow. But not the most listened to.
What's the most listened to?
Redbone,
Okay.
then 3005.
This is America. That had its run, and then I don't think people went back to it.
Yeah,
Which
because then
I never
based
went
off
back
his
to back.
top 10, after 3005, it's Me and Your Mama.
Which that's one of
Or no, it's less. Then it's Me and Your Mama. Then it's Heartbeat. Then Sober.
wow.
Very
Okay.
close behind that is Bonfire. And then it drops.
Honestly, in some ways, Bonfire might be his like signature song. I'm sure if you play that in like a club or something,
That's the song that you play at the club. That's his one like club
okay,
song.
or even Sweatpants.
Or no, This Is America. You could play there.
But
Sweatpants.
but if you play Bonfire in a group, I'm pretty sure everyone knows
It's
the
a
words.
bonfire.
Everyone knows.
Turn the
Okay,
lights
it's Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Hunger, drop it like the Nasdaq. Come on, everyone.
Oh
knows that.
yeah, I have a sick like hard trap remix that just goes crazy too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I played that in many sets. Yeah, you're right. And I've actually had that thought go through my head several times of like I should get Bonfire because I like the remix, but the remix is too bass heavy to play at the club. But I think if I got the original or like a cool mashup, it would be sick. Everybody would be like, "Whoa, what? I didn't know I wanted to hear the song." You know?
Yeah. Damn.
But now I'm listening to it, like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The only way to know for sure is to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Gambino, where I stand with him now, I mean, I still would go back to his old music. I mean, I'm listening to his old music regularly, but
But we were listening to him at his peak.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, he's past his prime.
Yeah.
And I watched Community. You ever seen that show? Community.
Yeah, of course.
It's my favorite. That's like one of my go-to rewatch shows.
This is interesting. Childish Gambino made this. Made by Childish Gambino. Best of Childish Gambino.
You know, greatest hits compilations are now irrelevant because people just make their playlists of their own songs.
Yeah,
Freaks
totally.
and Geeks. Oh. Okay, Gambino. Oh, Freaks and Geeks is such a banger.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen to his stuff. That was his
I don't
stuff
think
was
it.
so
I don't
good.
think it's. I don't think Camp age well.
No, it definitely didn't.
Like Harpy doesn't age well.
Nor did because of the internet.
No.
Although Heartbeat is this month is his second most listened to song, and his number one is Less.
Because people
So
go back to it.
it's clearly making a comeback, which is interesting.
Maybe it's gonna have a reevaluation. People are gonna start like viewing it as one of the greatest out. Because Camp is even at the time, I never thought it was that good. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think he got amazing until like
I
was
thought it
listening to
had
him.
really good songs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, have you heard Kids? Oh.
The song?
Yeah, the song is cringe.
On Camp?
Yeah, let me play it for you.
Yeah, what is going on here?
The thing is, I did listen to this when it was out.
Unironically.
Yeah.
you can't even show your face right now.
The boys, they get toys. No, we're gonna listen to the whole song, bro.
Oh my.
No, keep going. No, I'll show you the part I liked. No, keep going, keep going. Yeah, I love that, like the strings in the background.
I've paused. I went to skipped ahead and was like something about hating Asians.
Listen to it. He always talks about race, dude.
Yeah, like in Bonfire, what?
Move black girls.
Ooh, white girls. Yeah. I mean, what did he say about an Oreo? White girl that blow me.
I forgot.
White girls that blow me. Something.
Okay, it's childish Gambino. Hunger drop it like the Nasdaq. Move white girls like this coke up my ass crack. Move black girls, cause man, fuck it, I'll do either. I love pussy, I love bitches, man. That shit they go on. And I forgot the rest. Then Adidas with some soy sauce. Then over me. My dick is like an active mark. It's all about the over ease. I think that's the line you're talking about.
No, there's a line where he talks about play the song. He talks about Oreos.
You're probably right, man. I haven't heard the song in a while. Like I said, this was a repeat, man. I was putting this song on repeat when it came out.
Banger, yo, banger alert! You knew this was a banger as soon as this came on. Oh my god!
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit of brainwashing.
We need more sirens. Oh, I can
Nasdaq. Light this coke up
the
my ass.
snares. Oh, this song. I need to play. I'm playing this next time I go to Casa.
You know what this song sounds like? Do you not hear a milli?
Oh, I can see that. Here.
He always talks about race, dude. Like these white girls that blow me. Vodka for my ladies. Whiskey for a poor man.
Hey.
Like told you, I keep retarded as I call it a slow jam.
Such a banger. Like I do think, and I would play it, and everyone would know the words.
I don't know why everyone knows this. I don't know why I know. I haven't heard that song in years.
Is that the most rappable song?
I don't know. You got okay. Oh, that's a good list. What are the most
rappable songs?
I'll give you a couple. Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z.
Of course.
Give me a Black Eyed Peas song. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Maybe like Where Is the Love or something like that. Drake. I mean, yeah. For me, Headlight.
I Like It.
By Cardi
Kanye.
B.
Or Like It.
I Love It.
Yeah,
You're
that one.
such a fucking hoe. I love it.
I'm a sick fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Sure. If you're gonna say that, then I'll give you Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang people sing along to.
Yeah.
Bad and Bougie people sing along to.
Yeah.
God's Plan people sing along
yeah,
to.
Totally.
They say, "Do you love me? I only love it partly.
I only love my dad and my mom.
Like, come on,
I'm
man.
sorry.
And then, people. There's definitely a lot of rap songs that people know everywhere.
Bad and Bougie's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a rappable song.
Like even like
Bad and Bougie.
No, even like
cooking up dope with a Uzi.
Bitch, I'm a dog. Woof.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line, bro. It's so funny.
They have the best ad libs.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
See, like I'm not. Migos is one of the artists where.
There you go.
If I took them seriously, it's just gonna make me angry. Sometimes I just have to have fun with it. And understand that they're just fun music that you play at the clubs, and they're awesome if you view them that way.
Yes.
Only problem is I think a lot of their songs do sound the same.
I could see that.
But if I like the sound, I that's not a problem, right?
Nope.
But sometimes it could get a little repetitive for me. But Bad and Bougie T-shirt's still an awesome song. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
See, but for me as a DJ, like, I look, if I like a song and I'm like, oh, I want to play that in a set, I'll look for a bunch of other songs that fit that same vibe, fit that same style that I could easily transition to like, instead of just like one song filling up that space in that vibe and then having to jump somewhere else, I can have a little section within that vibe and then switch to a slightly different vibe, or
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, you definitely try to group sounds together to kind of fit a certain vibe. You're not gonna pick a sound and then pick a song that just kind of doesn't mess with the sound because it's gonna throw off the set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless I've been doing that for a little bit, gotten at least 3 tracks in with that same vibe, then I can move to something else or keep going with that. But if you're just like playing this vibe and then the next song is a slightly different vibe and the next song is a slightly different vibe, then your set's just going to be choppy.
Okay. Sounds good.
But yeah. Okay, I got another one. So that one is interesting. Some old Tyler goes hard and I think could slam at the clubs, but also might be way too
I'm a
hard
fucking
and
walking
aggressive.
paradox. No, I'm not 3-6 with a fucking triceratops.
I wouldn't play that. I would play like Domo 23.
You'd play that song?
That would be more what I'm thinking.
That
I'm
sounds
thinking
really
more,
weird. I don't think that song's catchy at all. It's a
we
good
thinking of the
song,
same
and that was like
song?
the lead. That was off Wolf. Here, let me play it.
Yeah, you play it. Domo 23
Yeah, I know that song.
or Tamale.
Even Sticky is a weird song.
Sicky is a weird song.
Like it doesn't get. It takes a long time for the build up, and then like you get
Yeah,
to the,
that part I don't like.
This
Yeah.
is like such a throwback.
See,
Dude.
but
I haven't heard
this
this
is
song
like-
since it came out, dude.
The beat is the
Sick
most.
to the motherfucking tummy.
Yeah,
My
the
motherfucking
beat is
bunny.
the most like club, or it's one of his more clubby songs.
What about Who That Boy? Who That Boy? Who-
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
I think this one.
because
But
that,
this one is like, what he says might be way too much.
what about Earthquake?
Play it.
Or new Magic Wand.
Play it. No, it's too slow. Let's see. I'll tell you.
You're jealous.
No. See, Tyler's hard.
This one's
Potato salad? Nah, probably not. Ratata? Yeah.
Yeah, even that's kind of like.
Let's see. Group B. Play Group B. No,
Okay.
this one maybe.
You're nourished. I don't think you're gonna play Group B.
No, maybe Dogtooth.
No, Dogtooth's still out there.
Who Dat Boy?
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is soulful. Like,
Tamale. Juggernaut.
Okay, Tamale. Yeah, Juggernaut works off Call Me If You Get Lost.
Run It Up. I'd have to hear that one. 911, Mr. Lonely. Does that go hard? I can't remember.
That's kind of like, if we're talking about like how a song gets too real, where it gets to the point of uncomfortableness, 911 is up there.
Oh yeah.
He's like really depressed in that song.
I need to listen.
That's
to
one
it.
of my favorite songs though.
But yeah, I would say like Juggernaut, Tamale, and Domo 23 were like what I was considering because they go hard. But
See You Against, I don't know if it goes hard or not. You might not think it does, but I think if you play that at a crowd, everyone loves this song.
this one?
Yeah, everyone loves this song. This is his most famous song, I think.
Hello.
Here, I got it. Okay.
When you
okay.
cross my mind. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe at Palma.
You gotta find some sort of remix for it.
Maybe.
Tyler's weird, but he's like,
too weird
he's
for
a creative.
the club.
He's creative. He never was about the charts. He's never been about the charts.
No, definitely not. But it works for him.
He's one of those artists that just has a dedicated fan base, and
Super.
no matter where he goes, no matter what he does artistically, his fan base will follow him. And
Oh yeah.
so that's, and he definitely did a lot to help market his own brand with Odd Future and Golf Wang and all that, and build a lot of his businesses through that. And he started his own label. He started his own. He did a lot of shit, and I think his work definitely paid off, and he clearly is showing he can maintain his relevance over a decade later.
Oh yeah.
Which is, it's not easy.
He's only gotten more famous.
Oh yeah, he's at his creative peak right now.
Yeah.
Right now. So, props for Tyler, but yeah, you would not play him at a club per se, unless you want to play. You could get away with Sticky, but yeah, like I said, that's a weird song.
Sticky, even then, like I'd need to be able to get into like where the beat comes in a way that
Just skip
would
that.
work.
You'd have to skip that for.
Yeah.
Safe artists you could play. Travis Scott is a very safe artist. You could basically put any song on shuffle and it'll work perfect.
Yeah.
Same with Aesop is hit and miss, but the songs that work will really, really work.
Definitely.
Let me
Drake, obviously.
Drake, yeah, he's made for the clubs. J. Cole, select few. You gotta dig deep for the songs that work. A song like Middle Child will work great. Mac Miller, sure, nah.
Mac Miller, nah.
I don't know. A song like Weekend always works.
Yeah.
I'll give you Weekend. The Spins works a lot.
Yeah, definitely. 21 isn't easy.
Since we're talking about him, what about Logic? You tell me you don't work hard every motherfucking day.
You know, I have that song, but I didn't pay for it.
Cuddy, I mean, you got to do the Steve Aoki remix.
Of course. 21 is a good one.
21
for the club.
Mm-hmm.
Future.
Yeah, but like, what music have they released recently? You kind of have to go back to their older stuff.
Not for 21.
Oh, 21's been relevant. He had the American Dream. He had American Dream.
Future just released the whole album. No, or I guess that was a year ago, huh?
It was a year
But
ago.
with the Like That, what album was that?
That album did fine, yeah. But
We Don't
do you
Trust
think
You.
do you think that album was kind of carried by that one verse more than the album itself, or am I just biased because I listen to Kendrick?
No, it's got
Because
Type
Type Shit
Shit.
is a big song.
Yeah, Like That. Let's see. On his top charts, Like That is
Yeah.
his number one
Can I ask
song.
you, did you ever go
Type
back?
Shit is his number
Did
6
you ever go back
song.
to that Playboy Cardi album?
No, I never did.
Me neither.
I need to. I need
Yeah,
to.
maybe if I listen to it again, it just becomes suddenly good. Because I listen, I'm like,
Or
wow.
I think I need to just more pick out the good songs. It's kind of a long album, isn't
It
it?
is. It's bloated as shit. And it's another like result of the whole streaming game trying to release like as many songs as possible and see how many songs can stick on the charts. It works, so good for him.
Yeah, let's see. How many songs? 30. 30 tracks.
That's crazy.
It's a long
dude.
album.
That's crazy. Well, you Morgan Wallen blows my mind. How many songs on that album?
Yeah, for real.
For me, if it's more than 15 songs, it's too many songs. 15 is the ideal number. Honestly, my favorite albums are 10 songs, 9 songs, 12 songs, 11 songs. Short, concise, to the point, no filler, just straight to the point. Those are some of the best albums, I think. If you're gonna
37 songs on the new Morgan Wallen album.
wild.
He could make 4
Three.
albums.
He could have
3.
three
for
different
sure.
album cycles. Hey, that shows he could work his ass off and give it. pump out
Yeah,
as much
and that
material
came
as he-
out this year. Does it give me
Came out
May
last,
16th?
yeah, last month, literally 4 weeks ago.
Then the one before that, came out in 2023. So there
how many
was
how
a
many
big
so- how many
space.
songs are on that list?
36.
What the fuck?
Before that,
Morgan?
2021.
Is that just Morgan Wallen or does everyone?
Okay, wait. 2021, 2 discs. Disc 1 has 15 tracks. Disc 2 has 15 tracks. That's 30 songs.
This guy's work ethic is insane.
Let's see. 2018, his album had 14.
I never heard of him
songs.
until a couple years ago. So
Yeah, but you know what? Let's see. His 2021 album has, I think that's the one that has your favorite song.
more than my hometown.
Yeah. Does that have the Whiskey song too?
No, Whiskey Song's on an earlier album.
Oh.
I think that's like on one of his first albums.
There's a song called Country Ass Shit. I need to listen to that.
Just based off the title.
Just based off the title.
That's so
Do you
funny.
ever do that? Okay, so I will just crawl into corners on Spotify and just discover new shit. I'll find new or even if I find like an album or EP or playlist or whatever, I will with EDM totally select based off of the name of the song.
That's kind of funny.
Whether the name sounds like it will be a banger or not. Especially with like
how
house or bass music.
How much of your instincts work when it comes to doing that? Does it have a pretty good success rate?
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would say it's good at. I'm pretty good at picking based off the title,
I will say this.
but it doesn't always mean it is a banger.
That song, I Don't Really Care If You Cry, Push Me to the Edge. I really like that song. I don't think I'll ever listen to that song if I saw that title.
That's fair. I don't think it works as well. I think that's better for EDM.
I guess so.
Because EDM, like, especially when you go deeper, the names are often random. You know, especially when there's no words in a song. Like, where you kind of just have to call it something that fits the vibe.
That's true. I guess I never really thought of that. Naming a song that doesn't have any words.
Or very few.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to go off the vibe
Mm-hmm.
and like name it something that fits the vibe of the song. So I will say that's definitely EDM specific, but yeah, that I totally do that. Select based off the song,
Do you have any
whether it
songs
sounds like
recently you
it'll
want to
go harder.
recommend? How about we do a bit some recommendations, and we'll sign off.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Some deep cuts or some.
Whatever you feel like recommending. It's all
Let's
under
see.
your hands.
Okay.
I'll give it.
I'll
Let's
just
do 3 songs each.
3 songs each.
Or
I
5
just want to. I just want to throw some stuff out
Yeah,
there.
just keep going until you don't want to.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's the one that I just discovered today. Kaiwashi. It's gonna be more trap bass EDM. Into Deep. Super sick. It sounds like ISO EXO / Knock 2 ISO Knock, or it sounds like a dubstep bass artist tried to make an ISO Knock song, which I'm totally all for. Let's see. Let's keep going. Those aren't gonna be any. Those aren't gonna be deep cuts. Let's see. Another bass track, hot right now. Type Shit, Crank That, Nightmare, new one. That's really good.
Is it Type Shit by Metro Boomin and then Crank That by Soulja Boy? And
No. Type Shit is the name of the song. Crank That is one of the artists.
okay.
And Nightmare is another artist.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Here's the vocal of it. You know that sample?
That's Fiend. Fiend.
But it'll keep going. It's not Fiend. Oh, wait. Is that from something?
Probably. I don't know.
Let me hear. Let's see. Do you know that? You don't know that?
I couldn't tell you.
Is that an EDM?
Maybe I'm just living under a rock. I don't know.
Just that. Just the pre-drop will give it that. Just that. That doesn't ring a bell?
I'm sure it does, but I don't know where I could hear it from.
I feel like
Maybe
it's
I've heard
been
that.
in some hip-hop song, but maybe that's just the EDM
You're probably right. I'm not
song.
sure.
All right, let's see.
Throw out one more.
I'm going to throw out 2 more because this one, Share My Love, Griffin Haas. Griffin, GRIFFENHAAS. Haas. That song is a vibe that I discovered like this week, and I'm all for it. And then I got one more that I literally sent to Jack, and I was like, new favorite song just dropped. It's called Do Do Do.
The hell?
It's spelled lowercase d, capital E, capital W, and then that is repeated 3 times, no spaces, by Slam with 2 M's. One of my new favorite songs right now.
What kind of song? What kind of music?
It's a house.
Okay.
House track. I think everything I just gave was EDM. Because like, I don't know, I'm looking for country, but I don't think I have any deep cut country stuff.
It's all basic stuff.
So my deep cut stuff is all going to be EDM.
Let me see if I can throw in some. So the first song I want to recommend. Remember that band Fun?
Yeah.
So Fun is actually not originally a band. They're known as something called a supergroup. You know what a supergroup is?
through context clues, yeah.
It's like, you know, separate, like artists from already previously established bands come together to kind of start like a super band almost.
Oh.
Like they call it a super group. So some examples are the Traveling Wilburys. You had guys like George Harrison and Bob Dylan and Eric and I forgot who joining together. And then you have like Cream, which like a lot of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. So there's been examples. So Fun is actually a super group. It's comprised of some dude me and you have never heard of. Jack Antonoff. Do you know who Jack Antonoff is?
No, not off the top of my head.
He produced basically. He's like one of those like unsung heroes in pop music where he probably
he's a producer.
He's a producer, songwriter type, but he's in Fun, and if you hear a lot of his songwriting, like you could hear like wow, it kind of sounds like Fun. Like if you actually hear like his songwriting style. Also in he was in a band called Bleachers, which is actually a one-man band. So he's in a band. He's writing for Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, it's random. And then he's also in Fun. And then the third guy is Nate Roos. And I'm sure you recognize Nate Roos. He's the lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
He is, you know, he did a song with Pink. He was in, you know, he was around.
Yeah, when I was in Boy Scouts, we had a adult leader. His son was in it in our troop. And he told me that he was in a band with that guy.
So that's kind of like what I'm alluding to. So Nate Roos was in a band before, like supergroup, right? So they were joined together. He had to be in a previous band for that to be. The band is called The Format.
Okay.
And The Format is based in Mesa. So
it probably is that band.
It is this band because
Let's see, what are they called?
The Format. So that's who I want to recommend. The Format has 2 albums, and they are both just very simple, nothing too
oh yeah, I think that's him.
Groundbreaking or anything, but they're just simple, fun.
Is it just songs. 2 guys?
I think it's a couple guys.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Really?
Does it say his name? Let's see,
I don't
what's
know.
his name?
But the song I want to recommend is their first song called the first single actually. You know me. Just a fun pop. You know, it's just a pop song, and I think it's kind of underrated. I think it only has like 15,000 like listens on Spotify or something, or like 100,000 listens on Spotify. So this song is like super underground. This whole band is underground, but I think they deserve more attention. I think they could potentially be one of the greatest bands to ever come out of Arizona. If I think we should do like a reevaluation and kind of put some light into their older music. They released music back in like 2003. In like 2005, so they've been around for a long time. They just never had the commercial push until he did what he did with like We Are Young and Fun. But the Format definitely deserves its recognition. I do recommend their first 2 albums, Intervention and Lullabies and Dog Problems. There are some good. It's just I kind of see it as like it's like fun before fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very indie type. So that's my first song that I want to recommend. The first single, that's literally what it's called. My second song I'm going to recommend, I was just recently listening to Calvin Harris's 18 Months. And my takeaway is it's a house album. There's definitely some house songs in it. Some deeper.
Yeah, a couple.
Some aggressive songs. And then there's just this one song called School, which just sounded like a disco track where I basically was listening to disco music, and I'm like, wait, Calvin Harris can make a song like this? It kind of was like
whoa, bro.
No, but like at that time, okay.
No. You understand Calvin Harris had a whole career before that.
Yeah,
era,
but
right?
my ignorant ass
Dude,
knows him by.
You need to go way back and like look through his discography.
Okay, as a pop listener, I'm gonna listen to when they got popular because I'm a bandwagon groupthink follower. So I'm only gonna.
But he was really popular in the EDM community.
I'm sure he was, but in the mainstream, I largely knew him for "We Found Love in a Hopeless Place," and then he released "Feel So Close," and then he had what was it, "Sweet Nothing," and then the Summer. He had all these songs, right? So when I heard School and it just sounded like nothing like it, I'm like, wow, this is pretty fresh. I did not expect to have a song like this on this very heavy house album. I'm sure he made music like that before, and if I were to go back to his older material, I'm sure I'd find a lot more songs like it. But it was just really refreshing when I heard, like, when I was listening to that album, just hearing, house, 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 which I'm fine with house, but it's not my preferred type of music. When I hear a song like that, it was just, honestly, I've been listening to that song all the time. I think it's a amazing song. I love School.
Yeah. Okay, so while we're on Calvin Harris, this is his first album, 2007.
Wow.
Then there might be a song you've heard on here. Maybe this one, 2009, Ready for the Weekend. I think you've heard this one.
Play it.
I'm Not Alone.
Oh, let me play it. I forgot he's a singles artist, so I can't really pull up any of his albums.
Oh, what? No, he's got a ton of albums. And then 18 Months, you obviously know. That was his third album.
That was the album that made him a superstar. And kind of made EDM mainstream. I think that album helped.
Go to Ready for the Weekend. Looks like this. And play I'm Not Alone.
I'm Not Alone. There it is, radio edit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like his breakout song?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I think you've heard it. If it's what I think it is.
Is that him singing?
I think so. Yeah. He sings.
It's not bad.
This might not be it. Oh, yeah, it is. Have you heard this?
I've heard things that sound like it. I don't know if I heard this
Just
specifically.
keep listening.
No, I don't think I have.
Wait for the vocals to come. Still?
I don't think I've heard this song. If I knew the song, I would recognize. I don't know.
Really? Okay, then you probably don't know this one. Try The Girls from his first album.
No way this is a real song.
This is the vibe of his first album. He used to be this vibe.
Very sleazy.
Yeah, much more clubby.
This song's hilarious. I've never heard
Mhm.
this before.
Yeah. This is his early vibe.
Not too different from what he got. And he just ended up using the break.
Yeah, let's see. Do Body Moving. This came out. Oh, this came out in 2023? Never mind. I'm off. I thought this was an old song. Play this one. This sounds like an older track of his.
What was it called? Eliza Rose?
Body Moving. Oh, you don't have it? on Apple Music?
No.
Really? Oh, that
Relax,
is.
relax. Apple Music is not that bad.
It's bad, but not that bad. I think you'd like this song.
Sounds like you're playing this at Palma.
Yeah, it would be that vibe. But yeah, I feel like that would be a song you would like.
No,
Very
I
poppy.
would like this version. Playing the Kidz Bop version.
No way. Oh my God.
Kidz Bop is a machine that will crank out any cover they could possibly get their hands on. They will do
Kidz Bop
body.
is so interesting.
They would do body. Like this is a you thought this is a deep cut. I didn't,
Kind of.
a little bit.
Kind of. I did think it was kind of a deep cut. Kidz Bop, huh? They've got APT. Oh wow, their biggest one is Dance Monkey.
Of course, it's Dance Monkey.
Dance Monkey, number 2, Shake It Off, number 3, Uptown Funk.
So they have Dance Monkey, then they have one of the greatest songs of all time, and then they have Uptown Funk.
Savage Love, Cruel Summer, Pink Pony Club. Oh my goodness.
God,
Hand clap.
They even have.
Wait, you have to play the Kidz Bop hand clap.
I can make your hands clap. That's Jack's most hated song. That's hilarious.
I know. We should play the Kidz Bop version for him.
Dude, I gotta check out this new track.
Dude, this is my new favorite song. Wow, the Kidz Bop does not have nearly as many streams as I was thinking they might.
How much do they have?
Their most streamed song has 51 million.
Wow, that's kind of
Monthly listeners,
well.
1.8
I think they
million.
were always carried by their CDs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because it was just an easy way to buy like a bunch of kid-appropriate songs
no,
for your kids.
Kidz Bop
on
is
a
outdated.
CD.
I'm surprised they still exist.
I know. What? Is this Fits in the Tantrum?
Yep.
Play the original.
You ever heard the original? You
I'm
definitely have.
I'm starting to. I was thinking, what's that hip hop song that's like, no, that's not it. I can make your hands clap. Does that?
I could make your bed rock.
No.
Call me Mr. Flintstone.
Yeah, I was given that vibe, wasn't I?
This is the song. This is Jack's. I don't think this song is that bad, honestly, because the overplay doesn't hit me. So I think this song is fine. Like, I actually kind of like it. He's got a bit of an indie vibe.
Right. As of right now, it's a kind of a vibe. Yeah.
Hey, I can make your hands clap.
Or is there a hip hop song that's like, make it clap, 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 something? I thought it was a hip hop song.
I mean, that's a very common phrase to say in hip hop. So, I won't be surprised if.
Yeah, I thought he was talking about a hip hop song, like a 2010s hip hop song. But okay, that's the first time I've ever heard that song, ever. Where would I have known that song from?
Sports stadiums, like it's played in the background.
How old is it?
It's been around.
2017. I don't think I've ever heard it. I don't think I've ever heard of Fits in the Tantrums.
No, as soon as Jack showed me this song, I started noticing it around just like in the background. I'm like, okay, this song gets played.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard that song. Here's the thing. If it wasn't for like the hyper accentuation on the clap, I think it would be a really good song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what makes it cheesy.
I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be taken seriously. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's just supposed to be a fun song that kids are supposed. That's why they made a Kidz Bop version, because kids are supposed to dance. Like Kidz Bop is literally made for music for kids. Like they pick the songs that kids would. They're not gonna pick
Kids would
Eminem.
bop too. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's interesting. So, yeah, we're clocking about 2:30. You have anything more to add?
No, let's do a draft or something, a game of some kind, wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up with a game.
That's the Kidz Bop crew.
No, that's just stock photo of 4 children, and that Kidz Bop used. I want to pull up the complete set list of every single Kidz Bop song and do it.
I know. Let's see. I'm looking through all this.
They're pretty up to date with all this.
They're super up to date.
Kidz Bop songs.
They got Brat. They got some Brat stuff on here. The funny thing is some of these, like, oh, that's interesting. Some of these, like, you don't even really know what song it actually is, because, like, it's just like a standard song name, you know, and
it could be any. It
could be a bunch of different songs, low key.
If it's called Home, or if it's called.
They did $1 Million Baby. Play it. Play Kidz Bop $1 Million Baby. Oh, I have to hear that.
I mean, we want to pick another year on the Billboard and do another, or we could do Kanye. I mean, I haven't I've been wanting to do a Kanye song draft, or
That's hard.
yeah, it is hard.
Just play $1 Million Baby Kidz Bop. That's all I need. That's enough of a game right there,
Dude, there's a music video for
Let's see it.
This is real. To be fair, he does have a high-pitched voice.
Yeah, but they don't even hit it. They sound like low compared to him.
Wait.
How do they not falsetto? Gosh. Getting young kids in the club culture.
Why do you think they're at a bowling alley?
But like clearly they're at the club.
But they're trying to make it for kids, so they're at a bowling alley.
There's a DJ. They're all dressed like they're at the club.
But they're going bowling.
Like, what are these ladies wearing? They're wearing, like, skin suits? At fucking 12? So she's doing sign language? This should be illegal. This is horrible.
This is so bad.
Why?
Like, there's so many things wrong with this. It's hilarious. To be fair, the song really isn't about anything. What is it? It's just cool. It's just a cool song. It's just some corporate ass. These kids were definitely pressured by their parents to do this.
Pressured? No, they probably were
voluntarily
into
wanted
it
to do
as
this.
well.
Maybe they had this like narrow-minded view of being like, oh, I just want to be famous and what better entrance than getting into Kidz Bop? By the way, this song needs another verse. It only has one verse and then there's nothing else. They should have added another verse to that song. Maybe like.
Well, he didn't want to add another verse because he knew the Kidz Bops were gonna bop it.
That's so funny. I think
Kidz Bop is still a thing.
I think that takes the cake as the
any Kidz Bop song.
I mean, they got Old Town Road, man.
Of course they do.
There's a music video. Are you kidding me? It has got 84 million.
Dude, Kidz Bop has 5.2 million subscribers.
What kind of
To
conservative?
be fair, as a parent, you could totally throw all this on and feel not
Even as a
worried.
kid, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I know.
Because they would advertise this shit all over the like TV.
Yeah. Why are they always DJing?
I think back then they were like playing instruments. They were like, "Oh, how do we keep it up to date to keep it for the kids?"
Everyone's DJing. They just need to not do rap songs.
Oh, you don't like kids rapping?
No. The sing songs, that's fine.
No,
go
it's all
ham.
it's all dumb as shit.
But like the rapping, just can you stay away from that one?
Wait, what did it say?
Riding on my bladder?
They can't say lean all in my bladder because you can't say you have.
Riding on my bladder.
That makes no sense. What is riding on your bladder?
She's riding on my tractor, riding on my
What kind
bladder.
of sick corporation makes a 10-year-old say riding on my bladder?
Yeah.
What the hell? What's wrong with it?
You could just not do the song.
No, what the fuck?
Oh god.
Oh my god, that's so
And such an uncreative way to get around that.
Just repeat riding. Boo riding and bougie? God, what the fuck? They did God's plan.
That's rough. Oh god.
Oh, this is a joke.
No way.
That's not real.
Play it. I want to hear it. That's so funny. Kidz Bop not like a. Oh, I
But
hope
imagine
it's
they did
good.
like Kidz Bop Gucci Gang. Oh, they did. I think
Did
they
they?
did. Wait, how's it?
I see math problems. Mustard on my cheek. How many snacks you really got? This is hilarious.
I'm so entertained right now.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show children.
Oh, yeah.
Get extra credit with no notes missing. Give you a noogie.
That's not even. You can't even say that, bro.
Yeah, that's even worse. They're saying that your little sister did something with Drake and now she's got cooties. This is so funny. Yeah, why ain't you playing Fortnite? Aren't you tired? Wait, go back. What does he say the long part on? We ride the bus. We ride the bus. We ride the
Got my.
bus.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Got its score, but it's probably A minus. Oh. We ride the bus.
We ride the bus. We ride the bus. You think the bagel let you disrespect Pac? What?
The
Mister.
All right, play Gucci Gang.
No, they don't have Gucci
Oh, they
Gang.
don't?
I lied. Do they have lucid dreams? No way. This is not real. No way this is real. Yeah. No, it's real. This was real. No way. No way this is real.
Oh my god, we have to do a whole episode on Kidz Bop.
It's so funny. I'm like, dude, one thing I will say, bro. I am entertained.
I'm so entertained right now. Okay, that last one was a meme, but it was not actually Kidz Bop. So funny. Oh my god.
This is bad, man. This is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Let's hear this one.
This is really.
Yeah, like hear that. Oh, that's why.
This will sound fine. I mean, she. First they made it gay, now they made it kids. This is messed up.
It's exactly what the liberals wanted.
I know, right?
Gay children.
No, they want pedophiles to fondle boys. That's so crazy that they're okay with singing that. Like, I mean, I'm not being homophobic, but like, just how open they're about it.
Oh,
It's so normalized now.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Basically, singing it's like singing I'm a faggot, bro. Like, I'm gonna take this out. It's like singing I'm a faggot.
Yeah, so my coworker told me his little brother, who's like 5, he was watching this cartoon, and like nobody was paying attention, and he like here's the cartoon talking about like gender non-binary and trans and all this gender
In their
stuff
kid shows?
in the kid show. And his name's Tyler. He was like, "Are you guys hearing this?" I'm like, "No, what?" And like he points it out, and they're like, "What the heck?" Like, yeah, it's just straight up like pushing like gender stuff
In children's shows?
Yeah. All right. Should we get back to this podcast real quick? We'll cut that part out.
Oh, we're gonna cut everything. What do you want to?
And then, okay, and we're back, and this Kidz Bop stuff is crazy.
It's funny, man.
It's so funny. But yeah, on that note, I think our podcast has gone to Kidz Bop. We either need to burn the podcast.
How did we get to Kidz Bop in the first place?
How did we get to Kidz Bop?
We gotta go back to the record.
We'll have to run back
Because
the
I'm
tape.
trying to remember. We were talking about a song. We were laughing about a song. Let me look at my history. See, and I can't even go back to. Wait, no. I don't even know, man.
I don't know.
Oh, so we talked about hand clap, and I was like, wait, there's a Kidz Bop version of hand clap.
That's so funny. Oh God. Okay. All right. That was a good pod. We talked about a lot.
Yeah,
Somehow it went all the way to Kidz Bop.
We clocked in at 3 hours.
Kidz Bop kids. That's crazy.
All right. So thank you. I think we're gonna end it.
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna end it there.
Hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.